Hi, and welcome to the Drive to JoeFest. My name is Lawrence, and today I have a hell of a show. I'm sporting their product. You might be able to see some stuff in the background, but I am excited. I've known or talked to one of these guys from well before I went to JoeFest, and I've got to meet all the other guys. As a matter of fact, I'll tell a little bit story about one of the guys as he was yelling at me in his car before I had even met him in real life. But I have the guys from Delta-17 now. I have the two main guys that everyone knows, and that is Steve and Ken. But I also have two of the guys that work the booth. But let's just get into these special guests, these special guests. The first one, he was on Thursday with a friend. He was the guy that was yelling and screaming at me before he ever met me. Well, thank you for joining me. How are you doing tonight?
Good. I forgot that moment, but yeah, in my rearview mirror, I thought you were SARS.
That's I didn't know about that till like a year later when someone was like, "Yeah, Will was telling me," and he goes, "He thought you were Sarge."
I go, and Sarge is in the car behind us. Wave. We're yelling.
But you knew who I was. Like once I rolled down the window. Like,
yeah, of course I knew who you were. Yeah.
You said who I was. And I've told the story before. Like I was like, and I wasn't the only one. I think Ed said the same thing. We always thought you were like this short, heavier guy, and you are nothing like that. You're a thick guy, but you're tall, dude. Like,
yeah, it's pretty funny when you see people because when you're used to seeing everyone this way.
yes.
And I think there were a couple of people where I'm at JoeFest. I'm standing there, and they're in a profile, and I had to get used to it. I just had to process it because your brain kind of completes the package, and you have this perception of people. And once you meet them, it changes.
And that's what I always say. I go like, the people you meet that are on YouTube, like you understand their cadences, you know the way they talk, their mannerisms. What you don't know, unless you've seen them before, is actually their height and their size, because sitting in a chair can be very, very deceiving. So
yes, it is.
Let's bring on the next special guest. Now, this guy in 24, him, myself, and articulated. Oh man, I can't think of his. Adam is what his name is. I'm sure he will tell me. This special guest, Emerald Knight, who's killing it with all the pictures. Adam is articulated.
Highly articulated.
Yeah. Sorry. There's too many articulated guys. How are you doing? You were on Thursday with a friend, and it was the day of the NFL draft, and you were concerned with your Cowboys. And I believe they drafted a tight end.
Well, no, it's the Raiders. So let me just correct you right there. The Raiders, yeah.
You're in
yeah. I live in Texas, but I'm a Raiders fan. So yeah, I was a Los Angeles Raiders fan first, then Oakland, now Las Vegas. But yeah, that's yeah, I remember that because I was rushing back, and we as always,
didn't they draft a tight end?
Yeah, we drafted early, so I was able to see who we drafted because we sucked always, so we're gonna draft pretty early. We got Brock Bowers, and I was like, okay, I'm fine with that. I wanted a quarterback. We got the quarterback this year, but yeah, 2024. I remember that. That was I'll never forget. That was the same day as the draft, and I was rushing because I was like, okay, I want to make sure I can watch the draft a little bit and then hop on with Punk because this is really want to be on the show. But yeah, luckily we just that it wasn't later in the draft, so we just drafted early, did that. But yeah, man, that was 2024, and just seeing the highlight reel in the beginning, the intro just got me just like, oh my gosh, a couple more weeks and we're here.
I saw your face when I saw, because I can still see you guys underneath there. I saw your face when yours popped up. There's like all those pictures, and I know last year people were like, "How come you're in every picture?" Well, I don't take pictures of other people. All right, like I take pictures of me with them, and those are the pictures that I have. So when I'm doing my recap, I'm gonna be in almost every single picture. Which I don't have one of Will, if you can believe that. I have one of his son like this.
Oh yeah.
And somehow I never took one with you. I even asked you about it. But anyway, we'll make sure we get one this year.
One thing I was going to mention, is that you took so many pictures with other people, and I don't know if you ever saw it. I may have forgotten to send it, but there was pictures I didn't get with other people. I just put myself right over you. It's real easy to do. You just, I just fill in right over you, and I have like a whole slideshow of me replacing you with other people. So thank you for that.
It works, man. All right, the next guy here, he is pretty much he's the main idea behind Delta-17. I've never had him on Thursday with a friend. I feel like we've gotten to know each other pretty well. I've talked to him a lot at JoeFest. He's an interesting guy. Anyway, this special guest, Steve Delta-17 himself. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you, sir. You said special twice, so I'm wondering if you mean like short bus special or
only if I do 3 specials.
Oh, okay.
How are you doing?
Yeah, pretty good, man. We're we're hyped and we're ready to go pretty much.
Are you excited for this? I know I am. And your exclusives, again, I think we've all seen the pictures of it. It is this, but shinier, kind of like Destro's head.
Yeah.
I think people, and we know people love the vac metal. I'm not one of those people that's like, I need everything vac metal. And people get overboard. They need Cobra Commander with it. I'm like, he didn't have it before, but I know people are gonna love it. And it is I haven't gotten mine out of the package yet. I am looking forward to it. I've seen this guy over here doing his pictures, and mine won't even be a tenth of what his are, but I'm still gonna have just as much fun.
Yeah. No, it's good. I love vac metal. You know, it reminds me of that episode of SpongeBob where he wakes up in the future and everything is chromed, including the plants.
I've never seen that, but now I want to see it.
Yeah, and I almost wouldn't mind that version. It looks kind of nice, you know, but
I talked to Ken because Ken had asked me questions like, what would you like? And what would you like? And I threw out some ideas at him. I think he asked a bunch of people. Never once did I say even silver, or especially not like chrome. But it's sharp. It is. I'm excited.
Yeah, we love it.
All right. So this next guy here, I talked to this guy a lot. Believe it or not, he is from Canada, along with the guy directly below me. I've known him for quite some time. He kills it with his history stuff that he does. Anyway, this special guest, Ken from Toy Connections. How are you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh man, I'm looking so forward to seeing you again.
Yeah,
I know we had a lot of fun last year at JoeFest, and what are you looking most forward to?
Wow, just the people, some of them are stuff, some of them the exclusives, as always.
Yeah, it's. If you don't know the story, there was somebody that thought Wreck Ship was Ken. Now we're gonna bring on, and I'm only gonna have 3 specials. The special guest, Ken from Toy Connections. How are you doing?
That was totally unplanned. I was getting ready to. You probably saw me backstage going like this, and then like all of a sudden, Wreck Ship was on. I'm like, this was totally planned. But you left it so long, I started watching reruns of Glee, and they were about to turn up my favorite song. Because I'm a closet fan of a lot of songs, you can tell from the Instagram reels. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I got the special, and he's about to have me on, and then Wreck Ship comes on. So I go listen to my favorite song, thinking, okay, I'm not on this show. And he's like, oh no, you're actually here. That was just a prank. I'm just like, okay, so now I got to get back into form. You know, we can talk about this. You know, we can talk about,
got to wind up again.
Here, right. Stuff like that. Anyway, yeah, we got a show to do.
So if you don't know, when I had the podcast from the Pit on, and we were talking to those guys, Max from Maximum Warp, he was telling the story about how he thought that Wreck Ship was Ken, which I went, so you thought that Wreck Ship was a short little Asian? I'm sorry, a Canadian Asian?
Right.
And I didn't know the story. And so if you saw the thumbnail, there is a reason why it is me with Wreck Ship and not Ken. And he was the first one to hit me up and was like, he laughed about it. And I go, I have an idea. And
Nice.
he says it, and he just responds and goes, "You want to bring me on as Ken?" I was like, "If you're cool with that, I'm just gonna boot you and then go on with the show." So anyway, that's the reason.
That was
Go back and
gold.
watch
That was
it.
a great moment. None of
That's
us knew.
perfect.
None of
Yeah.
us knew. I wish there was a clip of me backstage just about to, I think Laura's the only one who saw me do that.
And that's the best thing. I can watch everything that's going on
Yeah.
backstage.
Mhm.
So anyway, quickly, let's just bring him on before we kick him completely off. Rexship, thank you so much for doing that. You were a total trooper when I said something to you. You're like, "Yep, I'll do it." You're on mute.
He's on mute.
Mute.
Oh no,
Oh.
it's John.
Yeah, as soon as you messaged me, I was like, oh, he's supposed to be Ken on a show real quick.
Well, you noticed it, and then Ken, you were the first one to notice it, and then Ken noticed it after.
Yeah.
So I was all like, awesome. And you said, "Hey, that's cool." And then we're gonna, dump you, and you were cool with that. So anyway,
If
I
you're
just
really
want-
gonna do this, get on the next history video so I can get a break.
There we go.
Just do like history of Pogs or something like that, or history of
Yeah.
I don't know, like
Yeah, well, I'll work on my lip syncing. We'll figure it out.
there we go.
I just want to say thank you so much for doing that. This is what makes this type of stuff fun. So anyway, hopefully, I don't know. You said you're not going this year, so no one will see you this year. So hopefully in 27, we will see you. All right.
Oh, yeah, I'm in.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Later, man.
All right. Now on to the drive to JoeFest. Thank you guys all for tuning in and extending it a little bit with this. I don't think you guys all knew the story, did you?
No, I didn't know. I was I think Ken, when I saw the thumbnail, I was kind of like, what? What's going on?
I briefly told the story in one of the chats, but it was very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I caught it. Yeah, I caught
Yeah.
the show. I saw it.
All right.
And I saw someone did a morph where they morphed both of their faces together and posted it online.
Shark Eyes did that.
Oh,
Oh,
Shark
okay.
Guys did that. He
That
did the
sounds-
like, what if they had a baby kind of thing?
Oh,
where-
man.
that kind of sounds horrifying to be 100%.
I just said Amalgam Universe that Marvel and DC did that one time. Remember? I went that.
I do remember. That's where Dark Claw comes from.
Yes.
All right, quick.
Right.
Let's just ahead to everyone. There's 29 people watching. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button, all that good stuff, and then get ready to. If you haven't decided to go to JoeFest, get ready to be like, I should go. We got Joe Ricondo jumping in here saying, "Let's go."
Joe.
We have the Crusty Old Crow, Beta Ray Bob. We have Beardy Beardison. Crash, as we know. We have War Wounds saying Cobra. I don't feel like I've ever seen you before, so quickly you're going to get the.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. You gotta understand, man. I never even saw these assholes before.
We have Clint Jorgensen jumping in. We have Sabir Del Norte. There he is. Action Figs Ed, my
Ed.
moderator, my
Hey, dude.
roommate for JoeFest. If there's anyone more excited than me, it's probably this guy, but we'll probably just even on that. The U.S. Combat Dojo. We have Patriot Force, which you guys were right next to.
Hey, Ryan.
Oh yeah, that's right.
all,
We were next to
all
him
of
last year, yeah.
last year.
That's
And I
right.
didn't talk to him till like the last day. So, and we have NorCal Voodoo, we have Paul Morales, and then we have this asshole Rexship jumping in here.
Special guest.
Yes.
All right, guys, let's just get into this. This is my third year going to JoeFest. I feel like this is a show I can't miss. I already kind of reached out and I already looked at when the graduation is, the commencements for my daughter because she's graduating, and I'm like, it is early, either late May, like right at the end of May, or right at the beginning of June. So I'm like, I'm good to go because I already have the dates for next year's JoeFest. So I'm excited. I'm ready to go. Will, how many JoeFests have you been to now?
Oh, good. I just did the math. 6. This will be my 6th
Oh.
JoeFest.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Are you gonna miss
And
one
I
ever?
couldn't do it in my head. I had to write down all the years I went and then count. I just couldn't do it in my head.
Have they been consecutive?
Yeah. And I actually You know, I paid for tickets to JoeFest 2020, but I never went. I chickened out last minute. Yeah. Yeah.
How come?
Well, there was just something going on. No, it's a really bad story. There are, have you ever heard of edibles?
Hey now.
Ken, I know
Ken has.
Yeah.
I had a really bad experience with those, and
At least you were near home. At least you were
Yes.
near home. You weren't on the road in a hotel room with
Right.
Mega J, with Mega J holding your collar over the toilet saying, "You'll be
Yeah.
okay, man. You'll be okay. You'll be okay."
So,
All right.
yeah, apparently you're supposed to just take one, and I ate the whole damn thing. So,
Oh man.
And see, that's something I don't
scary.
need to worry about being straight edge. So I'm good
Yeah.
there.
Okay, CM Punk.
Fuck you. All right. Emerald Knight. What about you?
For me, this would be my third. Yeah.
Third. Okay. So you 24 was your first also, correct? Obviously.
Yes. Yep.
Are you excited? Are you ready?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm been excited. I got the con itch because I was at DFW last weekend, so that's kind of got me ramped up and everything. So I just that whole that feeling is getting there, and I can't wait to be out there and see all my boys. So yeah, it just seems, and that's what I was telling them, because granted this was my first year at the DFW show fully, but it's like at JoeFest it seems like I go out there and it just seems like I immediately see people like, hey, what's up? It's like immediately. And that's just because, again, my third year and staying at the hotel and just, being up till, like you were saying, Punk, 3 a.m. So it's just like,
and we were the last people. And, and last year, I think we got up on Sunday. Were you with us? Yeah, you were in the picture on Sunday, right?
Yeah, on the stairs.
That was 3:30 on Sunday. And if I remember correctly, when we started walking back, they were still upstairs in the lobby.
Yeah.
Like up top. And that one day, that was a Saturday, when we walked back, there was no one. Like, we were the last ones. So it's getting late. Eventually, there's going to be people that are just sitting there all night.
Yeah, until the morning. So
yeah. Ken, what about you? How many have you been to?
It'll be my fourth JoeFest. Steve and I first went in 23, and it does get later and later. Like, I was sitting in the lobby filming, and I'm like, it's 3:30 in the morning. I think it's time to go to bed. And you can see Jason Merle and Corey and Spoon and A all saying, no, 4:30 has been our every night cutoff. I'm like, you're not kidding. And you're up at 6 a.m.
Wow.
I'm like, yeah, you don't even really sleep. You take a quick nap and you keep going.
Who the hell's getting up at 6 a.m.?
Right?
Those of us that got to work a booth,
Yeah.
Yeah, so why are you getting up at 6 a.m.? Wait a minute. I've been down on the floor when people can't find you, so I know Ken's not getting up at 6 a.m. I walked around with Mega J looking for you because he's like,
I was having edibles with somebody probably. or Dave Emanuele found his secret stash of rum and said, "Get over here." I disappeared in a corner somewhere and came back up. Goes, "Hey, what's going on? Anyone see my Palatoy stuff?
and Steve, what about you? Yeah,
just hit this last year.
What was that?
I said, I swear I bought more Palatoy than just this last year, but I can't find the rest of it. So anyway, carry on with Steve.
Right, so I think Ken already answered for you. This is your fourth too, correct?
Yes. 4 times.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Oh man, I'm so ready. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. It's always amazing. It's the craziest. I didn't think a convention could ever be like that. Like, it's a big party and there's so many people there that you just enjoy hanging out with, and everybody is amazing except for maybe a couple of a-holes, right? But yeah, no, Punk, you've been slowing down a bit, so you're getting better. Sorry, bad joke.
No, that took me a moment.
So I do think,
sorry.
I do think that the way that it for me, and I don't think the first one that I went to, nothing's ever going to top it because you hadn't met all the people. Now, in 25 when I went, it was almost like we were here just a week ago or 2 weeks ago. It did not seem like it had been a year, and you're seeing almost all the same faces because everyone wants to go back. But now you're seeing the new people. But the first year, you don't really know. Like, hey, if I leave, do I have enough time to get stuff, get stuff done? Last year, we went to Top Dog Comics on Friday because that's when you realize, the show doesn't start till what, 6 or 7, I think. The doors open, something like that. So you really can't do anything. So it's like, hey, you know what? I have all day to go do stuff. And also, I stayed the night in Georgia not Georgia, in Atlanta with someone, and I had to drive out on Friday morning. But now you have an idea of how it's going to work. So Thursday, when I got in last year, that's when you see a select amount of people. But by Friday, almost everyone's there. You have a few stragglers that come in and only stay, Saturday and Sunday, but there's just so many people. And it's just, now again, I wasn't there when there was the blow up in the fight. That's really the only time I've ever heard of anything where people didn't get along or there was any type of fighting.
Yeah, and just for the record, I really want to apologize to everyone out there for what I did that time, and I promise it won't happen again.
We don't talk about that, Steve. We don't talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, I took out 10 guys, but they finally got me down with another 10. But I won't do it again.
That was me in the mask. That's why I work for free. It's been on my conscience all these years.
Right.
Killer Bees mask.
Yeah. Nice.
So, getting on to this here, what is it about JoeFest? And I'll start with you, Emerald. What is it about JoeFest that makes you say I have to go to this every single year?
I mean, to me, it's working the booth with the team. I mean, that to me, I like that because it's like it's something to. I hate saying this, but it's like something to do. I mean, because you can also, you're surrounded by toys, but you're working, so it's kind of like, I mean, it feels good. It's like the best job. I mean, it's like here I am surrounded by all this stuff that is at just wallets away to pick up, and also I'm working the booth, I'm selling stuff, helping the team, pack stuff up, doing being part of a team, and I've always liked that camaraderie with the convention itself. And then you have the hangout afterwards where you just go take some stuff up to your room, come down, the lobby's filled, and it's like you can just so there's always somebody to talk to, there's always somebody. It's not one of those things where a lot of times where I go somewhere it's like by myself and it'd be like, okay, well, let me go. Like I went to the Master Universe movie on Monday by myself, didn't have anybody to go with, and it just kind of went there, had a good time, but it was kind of like, okay, well, that's it, let me just go home and that. And here it's like, just like I said earlier, I can go down the lobby after checking in my room and just be like, hey, what's up, Punk? Hey, what's up, Ed? Hey, what's up? So whoever, right? And just sit there and talk for like and hours.
Yeah, and that's why I always try and tell people, I'm like, you need to stay in the hotel.
Yeah.
Because you're on the floor, you buy some stuff, you can take it back to your room. You're exhausted because you've been out to 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever. Go up, take a half hour nap, and then you're back on the floor or whatever. You will walk back and forth, Yeah. And if you have to leave and come back, I think your experience is less. Because you're just like, I'm leaving and then I'm going to come back. And I'm not talking about going out into the town and getting some lunch or whatever. It sucks. Will, what about you? What is it that makes you say, like you said, this is 6 times? Kind of 6 times.
So
right?
my first JoeFest, I didn't know anyone. I just went, just like, John went to the movies. Which I've done many times myself, because in our real world or real life,
there's nothing wrong with going to the movies by yourself.
It's amazing.
You're not going to be talking
amazing.
to anyone. I went and saw Mando and Grogu by myself. I'm not talking to anyone.
No, it's great.
After you do it the first time and you get that out of your way, then you're like, who cares? I like going to eat by myself and just people watching.
Yeah. But I had a great time. Yeah, I went to JoeFest. I had a great time. But I will say, going back to meet you guys again or to see everyone again adds a level to it. And then, when Ken and Steve allowed me to help out with the booth. I mean, I'm thrilled, man. That's like my dream come true. I love doing it. It just elevated everything even higher. So, it's just
Wow.
layers on top of layers of awesomeness. So,
And I love your enthusiasm because it's the same enthusiasm that my moderators have for working for free for me.
well,
Nice.
Steve and Ken have been very generous, and I would do it for nothing, but they've
No.
helped me out. So thank you.
No, and again, I mean, I've seen how you guys are. You guys do. I mean, you seem like a true family. Like you guys go out to dinner, you guys go do stuff, and I think that's awesome. I'm a little jealous that I see you guys leaving and I'm not going, but I have all my other friends at JoeFest that
I was gonna say, like, I come back and there's you with like 18 people there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even
Right.
know you guys left. I was told by someone that you guys all left and you went to dinner. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I mean, you should do stuff like that. Ken, what about you? What is it about this show that makes you say I have to go? And I don't want your response as an owner, but as a patron.
It's the all of the above package, right? It's the fact that you just kind of get away. The hotel's right there. Even if you don't stay at that hotel, there's one within walking distance.
But stay
You
at
kind
the
of just,
stay at the Marriott though.
as best you can, stay at the Marriott, right? Yeah, I mean, we've talked about the camaraderie, the people, the getting to be surrounded by other Joe fans and everything. But the other thing too is there's so much merchandise there. Like, it's hard to decide what you want to buy. Like you said, you can be doing all your shopping on Friday night. Sometimes you're not because you're busy mulling over, like, okay, I've only got this much money and there's like 15 things that I want. And you need the Friday night to be like, what can I not find locally?
Friday
What
night,
might I find on eBay?
yeah, Friday night that's the day you go in and you get everything that you came there to get for sure.
Yeah.
Get that packed away, put in your room, and then the rest of the weekend is where you look around and you're like, this is something I want, but I don't have to have it right now. And you look for deals. You see if there's anyone that is, has it discounted. Sunday is a perfect day because people don't want to go home with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they're like, hey, I think it was 3-star draw that walked away with a hiss for I think $350, which is only $50 more than it, to order it. So that guy, when you think about it, probably lost money on it after you think of like interest and stuff that he paid. So now, Steve, what about you? Like, what is it? Because no offense, you don't seem like the most outgoing person. Like if I saw you walk into the mall, you probably wouldn't be the first person I go. Don't worry, I'm not either. All right. I look at a lot of people. And I'm like, does this face look like I want to talk to you?
Yeah, no, I got that resting bitch face that I've perfected, and I'm quite proud of it. So it's taken decades really to let it ferment into what it is, and I think it's something to really be admired.
But you're not like that at JoeFest.
No. Actually, okay, like for the record, people don't really know what I'm actually like. I've been ill for about 10 years and whatever else. It's affected my mood and the way I talk and think and all that, but I'll be healed up pretty soon. But as far as JoeFest goes, what's my favorite thing? Our booth crew is astounding. I can't understand why they want to be there. But they're so enthusiastic. They're so polished. They actually know their shit. Like I'll be standing there sometimes. And I'll be listening to them. I'll be like, holy cow, this guy knows the stuff better than I do. So we've got Joe Ricondo, we've got Crash, Will, John, Ken, myself. And then we have, Jay was there and Will Jr. And these guys have all done amazingly well. Like I pay them in plastic and sometimes some money on top, and then we all go out and eat different things like that. But none of that really seems to level up to where they go. Like they go way up here, and I'm just like, dude, like I'm just blown away by these guys. They're amazing.
I do have saying that Will Jr. does an amazing job. No offense to your son, but he passed out. He was we thought he was hitting on the older woman, only to find out he was just drunk and he started puking in the plants.
Oh, okay. Well, during the show, he was well behaved.
Yeah,
I never
yeah.
said he
I'll
wasn't
just
well
tell you,
behaved.
he's not really into this. This is the really crazy thing, and he kind of decided to come with me last minute, just because I told him it'd be a great time and to get out of the
Yeah.
house and do these things, and he doesn't do the toy thing with me so much. He appreciates it. He'll listen to me rattle on about it, but he still has in his room a Delta-17 little shrine that he put together because it really meant a lot to
I
him.
love it.
And
Nice.
Cool.
he had recently just started a new job and he can't get the time off to go, but he really was planning on going this whole time. But yeah,
It's the experience.
it's really good
Again,
experience.
you don't have to be a toy fan. It's the experience.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, being a G.I. Joe fan makes it easier because you're walking around and there's always going to be someone to talk to, whether it's about a real American hero, about the classified line, or the other adjacent lines of what people are making nowadays, right? So, yeah, it's there's always something new with the people you're talking to. But
Mhm.
I want to ask Steve and Ken, and Steve, I'll start with you. What is it about JoeFest that you feel like, hey, I need to bring Delta-17 there? Because I know you went to, well, John went to DFW for you. I believe, was it Legion's Con or what was the other? You went to another show,
Zolocon.
ZoloCon, and
Yeah,
that
Joe.
was Ricardo Joe, right?
Yeah.
He did that, but this is the one you bring stuff to. This is the one, you have exclusives for in 24. I said before, you guys were one of the breakouts of the year because you were one of the few that had real product in hand.
Right.
So
Well,
what
thank
is it
you.
about this one that makes you say, I have to go to JoeFest every single year?
Oh, hands down, JoeFest is the king of conventions. Like if someone was to say like, hey, you can go to 20 conventions, and it'll cost the same as JoeFest, or you can go to JoeFest, just one. I'd pick JoeFest every time. It's amazing. The people are amazing. The atmosphere is amazing. It's so friendly. It's just, you're constantly, I don't know, man. It's like church almost, where you just
Action
bounce.
figure church.
Yeah. But, people are, they're joyful and stuff.
Yeah.
And, it's a really great environment. And the fact that it all remains in the hotel and you kind of, maybe you'll go out for supper or whatever, but you're always congregating back at the kitchen table, so to speak. It's astounding.
That is a good way to put it. You all come back to the kitchen table eventually. And
Yeah.
again, like if you showed up on Thursday and you left Monday morning and you never left the hotel, I don't think that you would feel like, wow, you're not there to experience Augusta.
No.
You're there to experience the convention. The restaurant is fine. The restaurant has great food, only that it shuts down at 10:30. I think
A little later last year.
I don't think so. If
No?
it was 11.
That's what I was going to say. It was either
Okay.
11 or 11:30, but yeah.
No, it was not 11:30. That I
No, okay.
dude, you do not remember anything past 10:30. All right, I think all of us
I
out
don't.
here
I don't, but I remember last call and looking at the clock. I forget what time it was though.
So Ken, for you, what is it that when you talk to Steve that makes you say, all right, we have to do this one? Because I know that you are dead set on having Steve send you to assembly required.
Yeah, we're gonna park that part of the conversation for now because I had this whole thing
trying to help you out here.
I know. Wave 2 was gonna land at the end of the year, and Steve was gonna be like, "Hey, where do we debut this?" And I was gonna, wow, now I have been meaning to go to AR. That was gonna happen, but now we're not sure if it's gonna make it in time for November. Probably not. So, why are we there at JoeFest? I believe is the question. When we got there for the first time in 23, it was just kind of to get our foot in the door at the U.S. market. And when we saw the size of the crowd, when we saw the size of the vendor floor, when we saw the excitement just for product in general, vintage, modern, retro style modern, I was like, this is the right crowd in terms of interest, in terms of who to market it to, in terms of who to share the enjoyment with. And then we came back the next year and was like, yep, it was absolutely the right decision. So it works for us both financially as well as for fun. Like it kind of fires on all cylinders for all of us, and there's like not
Yep.
really any regrets leaving.
So in 23, before I started going, you're saying so you only went there with prototypes, correct?
Yeah.
Prototypes, and just from seeing that and the reaction, that was enough to tell you, hey, this is where we need to come back and really showcase everything that we're gonna have.
Yeah. And then 24, when the door opened and the big lineup came for the Red Okami exclusive, I was like, wow, this was the right decision. Right. It's, the rest of you here remember what the lineup was like for the Red Okami. It was like, holy cow.
Mhm.
Right.
Now, would you say that in 24, when you finally had product, did it exceed your expectations of what you were hoping for?
I'd say it met the expectations, exceeded them a little bit, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think, Steve? More or less?
I always shoot for the sky. You know what I mean? I don't know. I like to dream a bit bigger than most. That's why you'll see some of our exclusives don't sell out all that fast. We make more than 500 is what I'll tell you. I won't go beyond that. But there's potential out there. I believe there's potential for all of us, to grow economically and whatever, mentally, physically, blah, 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 other inspirational things. Yeah, no, JoeFest is incredible, dude. And I'm proud to be there and to be numbered among those people. And I think Ed Schumacher is doing a fantastic job. And he's worked his ass off to make that into something so incredible. And the dude needs to be honored every time we go there, I really appreciate him and all of his hard work and everybody that works with him and volunteers. And I appreciate our booth crew. They're so enthusiastic. They're amazing. And like they cover for me. Like last year, I was a bit of a wreck and I couldn't think mathematically at all and all sorts of stuff. And they're just like, we got this, man. And they did fantastic. It was incredible.
Listen, you can't think mathematically. You brought an Asian. Come on. It all works together. Right?
Who do you think has to count all the dollars, though, tell them after the fact? And do the U.S. to Canadian or Canadian to U.S. conversion?
Oh, I hate that part. Yeah,
it's not a stereotype if it's true, right?
Yeah.
And I remember in 24, Jay was going all over because you guys did not have a credit card machine to convert stuff, and it was and I remember I think when I bought the stuff, you were like, I don't know if it's going to convert, and it was like a few dollars more. I'm like, I don't really care. Like, and that sucked. But I know you guys got all that rectified. Again, all part of your learning experience.
No, our debit machines, we have two of them. They still are in Canadian dollars. So we have to sit there with our phones and do the currency conversion. And so I phoned them. I was like, is there any way to change this? And they're like, no, you're a Canadian corporation. Unless you want to incorporate in the United States, everything has to be in Canadian currency. I'm like, shit's sake, So there's got to be, I've tried a couple ways around it. There is no way around it. So unfortunately, if something's $45, we have to charge you probably 53, but we'll show you on the phone. This is exactly what it is.
It's pretty tedious, right? Unless you pay in cash.
It's kind of stupid. We don't love it.
Yeah. I have not run into a customer that had a problem with it though. As soon as
you're excited to get the exclusive and leave.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there's like, that's fine. Yeah. It's like, as long as you show it to them, like, hey, this is going to be Canadian, but it's going to be US, when you get billed, like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
And I think, like, again, most people going to JoeFest or they've gone to other conventions, right? They've probably gone to other smaller conventions, and they understand, like, this is where people, they come to try and sell their stuff. It's not a bunch of people they've gone to Target in the morning and bought everything up so you can't find it, or they've hit Ross and Ollie's and they're trying to sell stuff that I can go down the street and buy it for $5 and you want to sell it for $20 because that's what the MSRP was. I think most people understand that. I'm sure there are always people, no matter what, they're going to go somewhere in life and they're just miserable people and they don't want to be happy, that will complain about it. But I think most people, I mean, I'm here to have a good time. And if it means, oh, well, you know what? You're coming all the way from Canada. You're giving me this product that I'm interested in. And there's a slight little hiccup. Oh, well, like, I hate when, like, I'm at a restaurant or anywhere and somebody messes up and they're like super apologetic. Like, man, it's good. Like, you
Yeah.
said you're sorry. You don't have like. I know there's other people that are act like an asshole. No, dude. Like, we all make mistakes.
Mhm.
Now, if it's Ken, I might yell at Ken, but that's a whole nother story.
You mean like last night?
Yeah, not wreck ship Ken, but Ken.
Yeah, I know. You mean like last night?
Okay, so John, let me ask you: is there anything this year at JoeFest that you're like, I have to get?
I know Savage is going to be there again, so I think this because at DFW they had the Komodo dragons for their kind of reveals, and then I think they're going to have a figure at JoeFest. So I don't think they've announced what that is. Probably like the week of, or a few days before the event. So I'm definitely want to get that. I saw it in the chat, Matt. I mean, he got me onto Skeletron, so it's just like I'm going down the Skeletron rabbit hole now. So I'm definitely gonna pick up some stuff there.
Wait, so you didn't have any Skeletron stuff till
I mean, it's just like, I mean, I liked it, but it was like, okay, I got classifieds, but it's like, do I want to go down this other? I mean, it's like kind of adjacent to classifieds, really. I mean, it's just like, but yeah, I love the look of them, and it's like, and I just been wanting to get into them, and I really like the 118 stuff. I mean, the 4-inch figures they have. I mean, those look really, really fun.
Yeah,
I actually ordered one recently. Just was it the Geyer Wolf, the silver one? So
yeah.
he looks fun. See, and then also just I've been on a vintage kick. Like you mentioned earlier, on Sundays at DFW, I got some good deals on Sundays, and it's a little bit easier because I was driving, so I could kind of walk away with a little bit more. I finally got a Thunder Machine.
That's very helpful, right?
It is. Rather when I'm flying, I have to be a little bit mindful because I can't walk out with too much stuff. Last year I walked out with a ramen van. So that was pretty much my carry-on or my overhead bin. Walking to the airport with that, just under my arms, and so little things here and there. Just probably more vintage now, just kind of going down that kick. But as far as anything new would probably be what Savage is coming out with, and then just maybe Skeletron will have an exclusive. I don't know, but just anything. Definitely gonna be visiting their booth on Friday. So.
Joe Hunter says, I need to work the booth, open to close all 3 days.
Yeah.
Since he gets to do a video on them.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Listen, this is my vacation. This is part of my vacation. There's a reason why I don't do interviews. I do a walkthrough Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
I want to just, and again, I know you guys are having a good time. Like I said, this is my vacation. I don't want to work if I don't have to. But I'm glad you guys do. And John, do you remember Highly Articulated Adam? He brought a whole suitcase specifically for stuff that he bought for flying back to Canada.
Wow.
And he packed it. And it was a big suitcase. He packed it. Because if I remember correctly, he didn't bring a lot of clothes. So he had this this whole suitcase. And I think he packed a Castle Grayskull in it. He packed a lot of stuff in it.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what I do. I have a big suitcase that I take to the conventions. I pretty much just pack a few. I have 3 Delta shirts, and then this polo. I'm probably just gonna. That's all I'm gonna pack for the 4 days I'm gonna be there, and then just a couple of pairs of underwear, and then just everything else will just be fitted in with toys. It's like a huge, suitcase. Really, it's one that me and my wife use when we travel, but solo wise, I can fit a lot of stuff in there. So, and that's the other thing. I mean, I like to help out people. So, I mean, I take requests sometimes, at least, for like close people that I know that, hey, they hear you going out there, like, oh, can you give me this, and yeah, sure. I'm going to get you that Outback, Ken. I'm going to be on the hunt for it at JoeFest.
I found one of the two.
What are you looking for?
Whatnot. Oh, version 3, Outback.
Okay.
Yeah, so he sends me this blurry picture, through Instagram, like, "Hey, John, while you're out there at DFW, can you find me this Outback?" And I'm like, "It's kind of blurry." I'm like, "He's got a yellow helmet. He looks like a construction worker." Like, what? And so I have to I actually asked one of the guys there, like, "Hey, this is Outback, right?" And he's, "Oh yeah, that's the was it the Battle Core?"
Battle Core.
Outback. Yeah. And so, I think it was Destro's Toys that had it. And, since I was working solo, I had to wait for the perfect opportunity to run out there into the showroom. And I went there looking around, couldn't find it. And I was like, Ken, I don't think it's here. And then Destro came over and he was looking as well. I was like, yeah, I think I sold it already. So I was like, dang. It's like, well,
I found the other version with the black hard hat. So,
the black helmet.
yeah,
Okay.
there were two versions released that year. That one I found on Whatnot. So.
Yeah, I did notice that. Yeah, there was two. So yeah, at least you got one. But I'm gonna be on the lookout. That's one thing I'm gonna be looking for is a yellow Outback.
Thank you,
Steve. Are you in your barn?
Yes, sir. Why?
Because we can hear all the animals.
Oh, really? Oh, that's the birds outside the window. Sorry.
One started making a lot of chirping noise. I'm like,
Oh, my rabbit died last night. I got it in a bag now. If you want me to go get it and show
no,
you.
that's okay. That's all right.
Okay.
Will, let me ask you: is there anything that you are looking for that you're like, I have to get?
No, as a matter of fact, I just look for things that I'm looking for things that I've never seen before, or things that I cannot readily get on the internet, or through the Palatoy stuff blew me away. I went and I didn't even plan on doing it, but I purchased some of it because you have it in your hand and you can't put it down. So that stuff's wild. But yeah, I just look for things, like I said, that I can't just pick up anywhere. That's the thing, the MASH play set from TriStar 1982. It's that big play mat. I couldn't put that down because I've never seen that. I've never walked into a toy show and saw one. I've never, even if you search on eBay, you rarely see them. So it's things like that that really get me excited, and discovering new things that I didn't even know existed. So that's what I.
There's a lot of that, and I think.
Yeah.
I mean, for someone like me who, I'm doing three shows a week. I hear about a lot of stuff. I do keep up with the news, but I'm not following all the independent companies and everything. But I usually, through other people, know what's Savage Crucible that they're bringing stuff, or, Operation Mon. I'm big into obviously the Big Bad Workshop stuff, but there's a lot of other smaller companies that I was like, oh wow, like there's that one company that did their whole line is what happens after G.I. Joe. And they were there, I think they were there last year. And it's characters that are based after, like,
Disavowed?
I don't think so.
Are you talking about Operation Recall, or which one are you talking about?
No. They had a comic and everything, and there's they had a character that is supposed to be Flint and Lady J's daughter, I believe.
How did I not hear about this?
Marissa
And
Fairborn.
What?
Yeah, Marissa Fairborn would be Flint and Lady J's daughter.
Yeah, but I think I think they had a whole different. Either way, like it was a company that I never even heard of or thought of, and it was just kind of cool that they had this whole idea. Steve, I'm gonna ask Ken this last because I know Ken's a degenerate for stuff. Steve, is there anything that you are looking for when you go there, or are you not? There's nothing that you have to get.
Oh yeah, well, I love the Palatoy stuff, the crazy different colors. That really gets me. It's like, I just want everything that they have pretty much. I mean, I picked up the headquarters last year with the box. That was amazing. Yeah. This year I have my wish list, but it was gorgeous. I have my wish list again, but I have to kind of limit it because my wife's going to be there. So yeah, she's going to see what happens, and it's not pretty, right? She'll be like, hey, I want to go shopping too, but not here.
Yeah.
And you drive, correct?
Yeah.
So
I love driving.
Yeah, so you're able to pack those big things. Now, for me, like I said, I'm going down to Florida, and so once I get there, I already have stuff that I have 2 HasLab boxes stuff that I'm picking up there, and then there's still something else that I'm getting back, and then I'm driving down to Orlando. But I told my ex, because I'm going with my ex, my daughter, and my ex's sister-in-law. I was like, you guys are getting in Monday before I get there. Give me everything. Just take a backpack. And then you guys can take an Uber to downtown Disney or whatever. And then once I get in, you guys can meet me at the hotel or at the Airbnb or whatever. There's no reason for you guys to have these suitcases and then you're going to be like lugging them around for 4 or 5 hours before I get there.
Right.
So I'm in my
Yeah.
car. There's no reason. So I'm going to be lugging all of this stuff out of my car into the hotel, then back in, and then all the shit that I have, getting to the Airbnb, unloading it. So my Dodge Journey, again, it's not a small vehicle, but
Right.
it's going to be packed to the. By the time I'm on my way back to Michigan, it is going to be packed with
Nice.
a lot of shit I probably don't need, but I'm excited. Yeah. So you're able to pick up stuff like you said, that headquarters, and you said you get the box with it. That's not something you want to take on a plane.
No, and then the other thing that I really love is I like looking for stuff that makes the gears in my brain start to spin. Just something unusual. Like last year I picked up, or maybe it was the year before that, but the Micro Machines Death Star, and it's this ball, and you pull a lever, and it opens up to all these levels with different things in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. That just made my brain just spin and spin. And I was like, oh, this is so cool, right? And I like Micro Machines. They're pretty cool, but it wasn't like I have to get all Micro Machines. It's just like, what is that? What does it do? Okay. How can we incorporate that into something else? And we want to start a girls line at some point in the near future. So I'm starting to really get into, cutesy girl toys, because they really make my imagination start to fizzle. So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
So Joe Rocondo says, Steve, you just ship that back with me, and I'll send it to you. So everyone that is flying, Joe Rocondo is offering to take anything that you buy back to his house, and he will ship it out to you. You're welcome, Joe.
Yeah.
All right.
Not thank you, but you're welcome.
Now we're going to get to you, Ken, because you're the type of guy who goes to shows and you find something that either you've wanted, something you want to do a history video on. Is there anything that you are looking for this year where you're like, all right, I got to have this?
On Talking Joe last week, it was decided by the UK and Irish contingent, along with Jason Merle, who was guest starring in there, that I was going to pick up the Z-Force Palatoy ATC. It's already been decided for me, so I cleared space. He's bringing a whole bunch. See, there you go. Will's got one, right?
Yeah.
They're bringing several. Apparently, one's earmarked for me. I don't know.
I got one.
Nice.
You
Nice.
apparently
It's
got
beautiful.
You've got one earmarked. You got an earmarked for you as well, Steve?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Are they expensive?
So, yeah.
Oh, 400. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently one's been earmarked for me. So there's that.
That's nice.
Somebody from Joe Declassified said, well, I can bring some prototypes in pre-production. I'm like, just bring whatever you would normally bring and don't try to pre-sell it to me. Just bring what you would normally bring. I'm like, damn.
All right. So
now this is the dangerous rabbit hole.
Is there anything else? Are there any exclusives that you're looking to get?
When you go that deep into vintage, your brain goes, oh yeah, the exclusives. Oh, whoops. And you kind of scrounge around on a Sunday and you kind of make an impulse decision while you're packing up. That's what happens. That's what happens to me each year. So we'll see when I get to the sales floor.
And I feel like here, Ken, Steve, and Will, you guys are more vintage guys. Yes. Where John and myself, the only vintage I really collect is a Real American Hero. I do want to pick up the cheapest, not the cheapest, but less expensive Red Shadows, because I created that whole video. I do want to get those. Steven he gave me a couple last year, and he's like, here you go. So I'm gonna try and pick up some more of those. But I know John and I are more or less modern stuff. Again, I don't need the Masters of the Universe stuff, Transformers, my Real American Hero. That is enough vintage that I need. But there is something that I do want to delve into, the Palatoy stuff. Just, I don't need it perfect. But of course, that's kind of how I was when I was many years ago said, "Oh, I just want to recollect my GI Joe stuff," and someone told me, and I was like, "I just want the figures. I don't need all the weapons." And they said, "Dude, don't do that." And they were absolutely right. And I didn't listen to them. And now here's where you go back and it's like, "Oh wow, that shit really went up in price."
Yep.
Largo jumping in interesting. Delta-17 is bringing the bling to JoeFest. Ken and Steve are awesome. Steve is awesome. Yes. Skillful Studio jumping in here. The first Ken I had on.
Thanks, Jim. Oh boy, there we go.
Give me 1 second. I gotta yell for my daughter to come get my dog because I think he wants to go outside. Hold on.
Go for it. Go for it. So, what are we doing here? Are we still talking?
All right.
No, we have to awkwardly just sort of like
Just stare at each other.
pretend we all froze. Like,
and like the electric fan behind you still going, but like you pretend you froze, but like
Yeah.
All right. So of all the stuff there, all the different boosts that we have, a lot of different companies, and we're going to eliminate Delta-17. Ken, what is the company and the booth that you are most excited to see what they bring and like new stuff that they're going to make? And not like the vintage people that bring Palatoy, but new stuff.
You're assuming I keep up with the new stuff, but I
know
will
you
say
keep up with everything. That's the problem.
But because it's the first time like Boss Fight's gonna be there, we'll get to catch up with Corey again, and then the great Tino and Lenny are gonna be there. So I'll probably check out Boss Fight just for the heck of it. I've got an aunt that's absolutely obsessed with Garfield, so maybe I'll grab something for her.
Ooh.
I'll see. She'll probably insist on paying me back and being like, "What do you mean it's $45?" Because she still remembers toys being $8 back in the day, right? 2-pack of Garfield Noddy was $8 back in the day. I think, or it was a McDonald's toy, so it's even less.
Hold
right?
on, one second. Keep talking because Skunkworks is asking about. Maybe I'm not going to be able to do this. There we go.
Yeah.
Yes,
Vac Metal.
that is Vac
Nice.
Metal. It is shiny. That is the JoeFest exclusive.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, go on, Ken.
No, just saying it's absolutely chromed. But yeah, so if Skeletron has anything new, then we'll go for it this year.
Sorry, Steve. I hardly ever have people on, so I always move out of. I forget how to get everyone back to where we're
So
supposed
he's
to be.
pretending to freeze, but the lazy Susan in front of him is still spinning. Yeah, that's the funny part. That's the funny part.
Hey, that's
Darn it.
That is a productive Susan, not a lazy Susan.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
there you
ex,
go.
my ex did not. She does not like the fact that it's called a lazy Susan because her name is Susan. So we have renamed it the Productive Susan.
Mm-hmm.
nice. I love
My
it.
wife is a literal Karen, so don't worry about it. A literal. Yeah.
Will, is there anything for you that you're like, I have to get this year? Like, or not, I'm sorry. Is there anything, like any booth that you need to see, like what they're showing off? What is the biggest thing?
I love
There's
all
not
of the
really-
independent creators, but Marauders and Skeletron, they always bring it, and the Fresh Monkey Fiction. I'm into the 118 stuff, so I always visit all those booths. So those are usually the ones that I'll pick up. But I'm really looking forward to. I think there's going to be some other O-ring offerings as well, because farther niching it down, O-ring is my favorite 118 format. So I'm really looking forward to that, because I believe Legends of the Hidden Force has some product available this year, or
They
New
just
stuff?
shipped, so they've been around.
yeah, they just shipped, so they should be bringing some product to JoeFest.
Okay.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd be
Sadly,
interested
we won't see Carson there though, because he's not able to make it. So
No,
yeah.
now is Operation Recall going to be there though?
he said no, but I said maybe you should send your product with somebody, and he said, "Damn, I should." And I don't know if that got anywhere. I don't know. I don't think it did, but maybe.
Okay. It is not 118 for life. As
Yeah.
you get older, your eyes get worse. Figures need to get bigger.
That's the new. That's
Oh.
the
Until
new-
they're like this big. Ah,
Yeah.
what?
um, John, what about you?
Pretty much, yeah. Just like what,
You were just at a show, so you
yeah.
probably got to see some stuff.
Yeah. So like Savage, but then also like I mentioned the Boss Fight Studio, seeing what they have there, and then actually getting to actually see Lenny. I mean, I've always heard of him, been seen him from afar, so it's gonna be cool to kind of see him and Corey and Great Tortino
He
there. It's
seems
just,
way more open about talking about the stuff that they've been doing. And we all know, like,
yeah.
if anyone talked to Corey in 24,
Mhm.
he was willing to talk about certain things that, you really couldn't talk about
Right.
because he was still friends with the guys there. And not saying they're not friends with the people that are taking over Joe now, but a lot of things. The whole Hooded Cobra Commander thing that no one wants to believe still.
Yeah.
Like, he told the whole story. Like, you get a few drinks in Corey, and he's like,
Yeah.
"What do you want to know?" And you're like,
Here's the deal. Yeah. So that's gonna be cool. And then just the smaller companies. It's always like to go support them when I can. The AWOC fellas, if they're there. Did they confirm if they're gonna be there or not? Adam and
I don't
them.
know.
Yeah.
They're there every year. So let me look at the vendor list.
Yeah, that's why I figured, because we're always right across from them. They're always kind of like our neighbors, and that's one thing. Yeah, being at a show or working a booth, you kind of get to know, people across from you, because there might be lull periods, so you kind of just sit there, just you can just talk and kind of chit chat a little bit, and that's kind of the cool part too. I mean, you get to know your neighbors. The guys that I met at DFW, they have a store down in Houston.
They're going to be
Um,
there.
Oh, they were nice. Always cool. It's always cool hanging with those guys. They're nice folks.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't think they're that close to us this time, though. I think
They're not.
moved.
Oh.
Yeah.
do you guys have a bigger booth this year?
No, same size.
Same
About the same
size.
size.
Same. Yeah, same location.
Yeah, right there
Yeah,
in the front.
I'm always interested to see, again, what everyone's doing, and we see so much of the stuff online. Like, we're seeing your guys' stuff, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But we've seen, BBTS. We'll see what stuff they have, or what is it, BBWS, Big Bad Workshop. I wish they would just keep Fresh Monkey Fiction. There's something cool about that name, but I understand that it's owned by
FMF.
Bill. But I wish AWOC would have more stuff, because I gotta say, at that PowerCon that I was there for one day, seeing all that stuff for the first time, we were like, this is nice. This is cool. I do wish that they had a little more, to be honest. And I really wish that Robo Skull, the Skeletron figure, was going to be available, which I think we all have been waiting for.
Right.
We've all been waiting for that.
They did put that in an update, right? And then the total Robo Skull hardcover will ship with those last two Skeletron figures.
Okay. And then, Steve, I don't think I asked you, is there anything you are looking forward to?
Yeah, I want to check out the Skeletron booth. I want to get I think it's their 118th Assault Troopers.
Yep.
I don't have those yet.
Yeah.
And I'm always looking forward to, I love Patriot Force. I know he hasn't produced anything yet, but he's got beautiful designs.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff looks like top notch. And I'm rooting for Call Sign Longbow all day, every day.
Yeah.
It's a shame that their factory has really let them down. They have top tier product, and they deserve to be on the market just as much as anyone else. But unfortunately, factories can be a bit of a bitch sometimes. So I feel bad for them.
I know the factory's also moving, apparently, so that's part of the snag.
Oh wow.
That's my understanding. So
Man.
So
So on top of all that,
I only backed 4 figures.
Yeah.
But again, it's been now this is gonna be 4 years that we did it. And I'm not saying I called them out, but if I'm gonna mention other people and say, hey, this is ridiculous. Now I've always been one person that said people need to stop complaining about the Big Bad Workshop stuff coming, because we haven't put any money down. The only time I really think you have skin in the game because you've given the money. And I don't try and be mean, because I don't know the full logistics, but after going to AR, and again, once I got to know Mikey, then you kind of feel bad because you realize like, oh, his dad is part owner of it, and then Troy. But after going to AR and talking to Mikey's dad, and then talking to Troy, and they explain a lot of the stuff. You get a complete different feel, and you're like, okay, a lot of this is out of their hands. And to their credit, and Troy even said the reason why we go to these shows is so people are not there going, they took our money and they just built it. This is the reason why we're there. And was it John?
John Kukovic, yeah.
Oh, Kukovic,
John said to me, he goes, they said to us, hey, we have the tooling done for this figure. Why don't we just do repaints? And they were like, he's like, we don't want to do that because then people go, well, wait a minute, you're just retooling this and repainting it. What about the stuff that we're waiting on?
Right.
And I think that's why you see another company come in and help them out.
Yeah.
And I think, again, if you know anything and you bought any of it, there's a specific company, Skeletron, that repaints their figures. Yes, they repaint their figures.
Yeah, some of the jokes are going over our heads tonight. Like I missed one an hour ago already, so
No, to be fair to those guys, I mean, we were in that lineup for that factory as well, and I sent a message to the factory project manager or whatever you want to call him, and 4 months later he finally viewed the message, and which was followed by, I had a simple question like, okay, if we're going to get in your factory, what do you think your production schedule window is like? What are we looking at? 4 months later, he finally looked at it. 2 weeks after that, he answered it. And I just said, F this hard. If this is how this, and it's hard to find a project manager that's worth his salt in China, right? Yeah. It's really, really difficult. So I don't blame anybody who has signed up with that factory because he is good at making stuff. When the stuff comes out, it's solid, it's high quality. This guy knows his plastic and how to make it work.
There's a lot of projects going through there. That's what's happening, right?
There is, yeah. Either way, right? Yeah, either way, all I want to say is it's not Longbow's fault. They're doing a fantastic job. Their figures are incredible. I'm really rooting for them. And I think their stuff is going to start to turbo speed and will come out soon.
And now, so what you said about, hey, this guy took forever to get back to us. What a lot of people don't realize, and this is what I've tried telling my kids, like, when you work at a company, you should get a review every single year, and you should probably get a raise, cost of living or whatever. But if it's your responsibility to go to them. It's your money. It's your livelihood. It's your responsibility if they're not doing it to go, hey, it's been a year since my review. And again, if it's 13 months or whatever,
yeah,
it's like, hey, it's been a year. We need to sit down. And if there's no money that you can't give me a rate, that's one thing, but I still need a review. So in 12 more months, when the company's doing better, I can go, hey, I didn't get something last year, remember? And this is where my review was. Same thing with what you said. Someone's not responding to you. This is your project. This is your livelihood. You have every right to walk away and be like, you're clearly not the factory for me. So I fully understand that.
Yeah. You know, I mean, it worked for some, like AWOC first wave worked fine.
Yeah.
Things happen, things change later. People get busy, bottlenecks happen. All of a sudden, people aren't getting answers. Just unfortunate.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but all these factories, don't Hasbro and the other bigger companies also use them too at times?
Oh.
No, not this one.
Okay.
I think they have done some stuff for Hasbro, but what exactly, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like if you're in a factory where Hasbro is, I would assume when Hasbro says, we need this, that factory is going to say, all right, sorry guys, this company here who you may have heard of before, they need something done.
You say jump and we say how high.
Yeah, because that is their life.
Pretty much.
Yep.
So it's like I do understand how that all works, and it sucks. I mean, it does, but I fix copy machines, and there's a lot of times I have to tell people that have one copy machine, hey, you guys are all the same. Like we do treat you service wise all the same. But let's be honest, when my biggest client that has 150 machines calls in, and you have 3 and 2 little desktops, you know, like,
right.
Guess who's getting service first, right? You're not the one that pays our bills. I can tell you that much right now. But you don't say that to them.
Yeah.
No factory is going to tell you that, but when you're looking at it going, wait a minute, this stuff it's going down the line here, like, yeah, maybe not. All right. Now I'm going to address Steve and Ken here. Buddy, she said this sounds like there's a skunk outside. So yeah, I'm not. Yeah. She came up here and she's like, "Are you on mute?" I'm like, "No." So she wrote down. She's like, "I didn't let Roman out. It smells like there's a skunk." I'll listen to him whine.
Yeah, my dog likes to go wrestle with skunks.
A few years ago, he got sprayed like 3 times in the summer, and one was during my Monday night. My Monday stream, my son let him out, and he got sprayed, and I just ended the stream. I'm like, Roman just got sprayed by a skunk, gotta go. Ended the stream. Like, wow. You can't put him in his crate and be like, you have to wait for me to finish my fucking stream.
Yeah.
Of course, I didn't have all the stuff that I needed to clean them up, so I was like, I'm borrowing baking soda, I think, from my neighbor, and it's like you gotta have all that stuff.
Yep.
All right, so Ken and Steve, you guys, we're gonna bring you up top here. You guys are the masterminds behind Delta-17.
If
Steve,
you say so.
Ken is just there. He does numbers. Remember, Canadian.
Yeah.
Right.
We all got our specialties.
Yeah. That's right.
You guys now are bringing another exclusive. So this is your 3rd time bringing an exclusive to the show, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Why do you feel like, hey, I have to do an exclusive for this show? Have the other ones done that well for you?
Yeah, they've done really well. I think if people don't understand it, they just have to go to JoeFest and then maybe go compare it to another convention. I mean, I haven't been to a ton of conventions. This is probably, it's not like I'm some conventionaire or whatever, but I was just blown away. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. It's incredible, right? JoeFest.
John's a convention whore. All right.
Yeah. I'll admit to that. That's like my little mini vacations through the year.
You don't have kids.
Yeah.
You don't have kids. Like you have what do they call it? The 2 adult, 2 income.
Oh, dinks. We're dinks.
DINK. Double income, no kids.
Yep.
Which I call dinky.
Nice.
Double income, no kids. Yay. I got a yay at the end. Dinky.
That sounds amazing. Now, dinks does not sound great, but
the dual income is.
Yeah.
All right, so you have 2 exclusives again this year.
Yeah.
Do you want to kind of explain what these exclusives are, and do they have anything to do with the exclusives from last year?
Did you want to go first, Steve, or what do you want me to say?
Do whatever you want there, bro.
I mean, the hailstorm.
Flip a coin.
The hailstorm or sky storm, right? One thing we were worried about last year was the pricing at $40. We weren't sure whether we were going to reuse the tooling again. Once we realized we could reuse the tooling again, and maybe even another time after this, we realized we could drop it to $35, which we think is closer to where we want to be for an item like this, because people will think Delta-17 is usually $25. It's a big jump to 40. It's a smaller jump to 35. And vac metal just gives it that bling effect.
That's that math that I've been talking about right there, guys. 35, it's closer to 25 than 40.
And if you get 10% off, it's $31.50, right? So, and if you go to JoeFest, our hailstorms from last year will be $30. special right at the convention.
Mm.
$27 if you buy it with the 10% off. $27 hailstorms. That's how that works. So will this shiny
Cobra.
color end up with people wanting to buy more of the Cobra color or the standard Dark Shadows gray? You ask, are they related? Yes. Now, Steve, I don't believe that the Chrome Hailstorm is going to be written into our canon story unless we just have it off to the side as like a gag piece or something, right?
Yeah, right.
Right.
Maybe
Only the gray one is canon.
maybe Shadow Dragon will have a little toy Chrome one on his shelf behind him. You know, maybe
That's
we'll do
kind
that.
of how we were gonna. So like almost canon, but not really.
Right.
And of course, the Desert 2-pack was so well received last year. People were army building them. And you ask about why we like to go to conventions. Now, John, you saw this. Oz saw this. Punk, you might have seen it as well. At PowerCon in 23, people mentioned that the Four Horsemen lineup wrapped all the way around the building.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. That was
right. And that's one of those things that, like, I look at Steve and I'm like, that's kind of our dream end goal. We're not Four Horsemen. We're one of the smaller independent companies that are out there.
Yep.
But when we saw the lineup for the Red Oak Colony that first year that we had products, so our second year there, and the same thing last year for the Hailstorms and the Desert 2-pack, we thought, wow, we're getting just a taste of this, right? And you know, we changed up the marketing plan a little bit here in terms of, sorry, my son's coming in to grab clothes to shower, so if you see a kid on camera, it'll be anyway. So he's just back from his taekwondo lesson his mom took him tonight.
Nice.
So if you see the photography, like we've kind of amped up our marketing plan a little bit. It used to just be, I would be like, here's a generic like white background, and here's the figures, you can see them. We started to try to build a marketing plan around John's action shots, because that generic white background, that's great for seeing the product when you're going to buy it on the website. But those action shots, look what Skeletron does with their action shots, right?
Yeah.
What's going on? Look what Skeletron does with their action shots.
So quickly to say that, everyone used to always talk about, if you looked at Marvel Legends or you looked at Star Wars Black Series, every time they did their pictures, their action shots, it was on a black or a white background. Every time they did G.I. Joe, there it is. There's this beautiful background. Shooting the Galaxy is doing these amazing shots, and everyone's like, Star Wars, okay, I guess I can understand because it's a different environment, but all those worlds that they're building for G.I. Joe, they can use for Marvel Legends. And I think somebody said that it may be due to the fact that whatever's in the license, that they can't have anything in the back. So we all notice it with Marvel stuff. So you're absolutely, right with that.
Yeah, right. And that's okay for if you want to see what you're buying, you want to see the layout of all the accessories, you want to see all that. That's great. But people started telling me the marketing's got to change for Delta-17. And John was taking all these amazing photos. Like, we're going to build this around his photography as opposed to my more generic looking photography. And people are interacting more with the posts. So I just wait for him to send something. And then I put some caption over it and some logos over it and some music on it. And then I'm just like, okay, let's go. You've done 3/4 of the work for me, kind of thing. Right?
I appreciate that, Ken. But yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's something I enjoy doing. But yeah, it's just it's easy when the product is nice looking. I mean, it's like
but they do get you hyped. That picture with Jaguar, and I mean, that was like, I gotta say, I was already into it, but I saw that picture, and it just really does help inspire you and make you. So
what you're saying is that people that are getting this product early, that you're saying that are allowed to do not reviews early, but can do pictures and reels and shorts.
You're going to bring that up. I knew you were going to bring that up.
It's for your benefit, not ours.
Correct. Yeah. Specifically not for yours, Lawrence.
Business is business, Lawrence.
I almost feel used, but I'm a whore, so I'm good with it.
Oh, there we go. There's a different set of rules specifically for you.
Okay.
It's right.
Been dealing with
right
that
there. That small print there.
Hold on, let me look.
It's right there. It says, "Screw you, Lawrence. Nothing for you. No soup for you."
Holy shit! It does. That's
It says it in soup Nazi language, but
right,
like the Seinfeld episode. But yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
camera.
So it's no longer called the Hellstorm. It's called the Skystorm, correct? I mean,
Yeah.
I could just turn around and look at it. Skystorm. What was the reason behind changing the name?
You don't know G.I. Joe, do you? You stopped in '89, right?
Never heard of G.I. Joe.
You stopped in '89. That's why you don't know the answer.
I do not have any of the Sky Patrol.
You just answered it yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, because of Sky Patrol, we wanted to, extend. I mean, it's the same kind of look, and we just thought, wouldn't it be cool to, just kind of tag along on the coattails of Sky Patrol? So we called it Sky Storm because G.I. Joe has never used that name, which I found out later. It's like, oh yeah, with windmill, right? So if you crack this guy open, you'll find a windmill figure inside each one.
And a Super Trooper shield, right?
Yeah, that's right.
John,
I
do you
do
have
have
an
some
88?
Sky Patrol figures that someone's given me, but they're in really poor shape.
Oh,
Now you're gonna make me
yeah.
dig them up and clean them up and see what I can do with them.
So for the purpose
Yeah.
of photography, John, I know you said you didn't get Sky Patrol. Do you have Super Trooper from '88 or no?
Me, no, I don't know. I think I was weaning off it by then. Yeah, I think '87 was like my peak, and then '88, '89. But then after that, kind of was just I started teetering off a little bit. I started getting.
I was just asking. It'd be another good photo, but I could take a more generic one and put a background, put some background in.
I can always find it. Like I said, I'm getting stuff randomly here and there.
Don't buy. If you want, you can still a 3D Joe shot and just credit Carson. I do it that way. Right.
And that's how my toy photography buddies do all the time. I mean, we do that stuff. I mean, when we get, when we get,
he always says, just credit me and I'm good. Right.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, we go our way to do stuff like this because we enjoy it. I mean, whether it's getting dioramas or getting things here and there, like specifically it was for last year, but I had a buddy that built the dial that I'm using right now for the 2-packs because this desert theme. I wanted him to make me something like desert kind of, in that like a town, like in the desert like that. So he's like, it's perfect.
Nice.
I mean, I love using it. So and then Will had an amazing 3D printed dial last year, man. Like that was like the centerpiece of our table right there.
We got asked, people are like, hey, are you bringing that back this year? I'm like, I have no idea if we are. So,
I do still have it, but it's been on my porch for a year because I have nowhere to put it. So it's been in my back patio. My wife's like, when are you going to move this thing out of here? And I was like, I like it there. And she.
Okay, so someone's gonna ask, and it's actually, I think, pretty easy to figure out, but it is called the Skystorm Unit JF26.
Mm-hmm.
What does JF26 stand for?
JoeFest 2026.
Okay. Again, very easy to figure out because I was looking at it at first thinking, what does it mean? And when I was going to ask you, I'm like, it's actually pretty self-explanatory. But I guarantee you there will be people that will ask you at the show what it stands for.
Yeah. Jonathan Fleming. No, I don't know. I got nothing.
All right. So what is the other exclusive 2-pack that you have?
All right. So we decided, like last year, we had the troopers, right? We had Delta Squad and Thunder Battalion as the 2-pack. This year, we went with a couple of leaders. So the absolute leader of Delta-17, Shepard, in chocolate chip cookie camouflage. And then we did Jaguar because I really wanted to see those stripes. He's got really good contrast, right? So it turned out way better than I thought. And I'm always a bit nervous when it comes to new product. Always, because we want to bring, the heat. We want to bring the highest quality we can. And I was blown away. I mean, usually I love my own figures. And I'm very, very happy with them. This set is possibly my favorite thing so far. I don't know. Like they just look so good, this camouflage. Oh, there we go. Turned out amazingly well. So I even did something where I took old Shepard's head and his accessories, right? So he's like Shepherd, and these are like the sheepdogs. So I have like 5 of these guys, right? If anyone out there says they have a bigger Delta-17 collection, they're wrong. I have the biggest. Right.
Well, it's also
But,
in your barn. It's also all in your barn there, right?
Yeah, it's everywhere here,
Yeah.
bro. It's crazy.
I
But,
love the outdoor shot you did with the sheepdogs. And,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that was great.
that was
Everyone's
fun.
going to collect those now and call them the sheepdogs, right?
Yeah,
They'll kit
yeah.
bash one just to set up 4 or 5 and be like, it's the sheepdog collection. You literally turned the leader into an army builder, is what you just did.
Yeah, it was
Yep.
kind of fun. And then when I take these guys, I know I did a Jaguar just with, you know, the gray head. He looks a little bit not quite as good as Shepherd, but when you put him with the old accessories, it looks kind of neat. They were just here. I don't know. Anyways, I'll try the same shot, but I love how Jaguar turned out as well. He's
Oh yeah.
the brown versus the light tan, and then with that black for contrast. He gives me this like killer tuxedo look, like John Wick is fully decked out and he's going to just kill everyone, right? I love it.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very pleased with both of our exclusives. I'm always nervous. I always want to bring, you know, something that's really appeals to people. Like it doesn't matter what I think. It matters what the people think, right?
Yes.
A lot of people wreck their own lines. Like they think, you know, I'm going to do, let's say, a soccer mom van and pretend it's tactical, you know. I don't know. That's really an extreme hypothetical. No one would ever do that, right? But what I'm saying is that, you know, you have to think about what the people want. And so that always makes me nervous because it's like, I know myself, but do I really know what people want? So I try to blend the two and make them meet. Anyways, our exclusive, the Desert 2-pack, I'm in love with it. It might be my favorite thing. And then the Chrome turned out way better than I thought it would. So I'm really, really pleased. So there's people out there who are like, I'm not into the Desert Pack, but I'm over the moon with the Chrome. And then they're like, I'm not into the Chrome, but I love the Desert Pack. And then luckily we do have a fair amount of people who are like, I'll be getting everything. So it was cool.
There you go.
And I love what you said about you have to think what other people want. And I've said this before. I'm like, the people when it comes to Judge Classified that are complaining that they're not getting what they want. Well,
Right.
you know, if I was in charge of Classified, I probably never would have done Cobra Law. And there is a lot of people that love that. And they've done an amazing job creating those figures, right? You're not like, again, you have to think outside of the box because it can't be like, yeah, you don't want something in your line, is your brand that you absolutely hate. But you have to look at some other things and be like, hey, all right, this might not be my favorite thing, but it sure seems like a lot of people like it. And it does fit with my brand.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Robot Ninjas isn't really my thing. To me, it's a little bit hokey, but I know it's fantastic enough, right?
That's
like
a total Ken thing, though.
Yeah. Right.
What,
Am I
for
right?
The Okami? For the
Yeah,
Okami?
like a Robot Ninja in general.
Yeah.
No, it didn't come from me, but yes, it is something that I
But that's
appreciate.
something, but I know, but I'm saying that is like a total thing you would love.
Well, why not?
Like it is.
It's just it right there.
Yeah. Like me, I would love if everything was strictly hardcore military specific, right down to the name badge and all that stuff. But that doesn't really sell toys. You can do that a little bit. Like toys have to be fun, right? So I'm always trying to school myself a little bit about like, what is a toy? You know, like people love the Neon 90s. People love, you know, the Eco Warriors, all sorts of weird stuff. And sometimes I scratch my head, but at the same time, I have it all and I do like it too, right? So it's weird. Toys are, I don't know. I'll leave it at that.
You also have to look at it, from it's also from a kid's point of view because it is technically a toy. And even though yours do say what 14 and up,
Yeah.
That's to make sure that if some 3-year-old eats something, that they can't come back and sue you about that as they should. Quickly, Largo had asked a question. He said, for those of us who aren't as cool as Lawrence, thank you very much. We can't make it to JoeFest. Well, you all should make it there. When will the new Delta-7 figures be available online? Now, Ken did address it, but for people that are watching on the replay, when do you think you guys will be available? Will they be available? I guess is the first question.
No.
someone wants to buy all of them when we get there, so we have to get a trailer big enough to bring them down there. But if the person decides he doesn't want to splurge the cash to buy every single one, should be first week of July. A lot of times we say, oh, end of June, but we realize that we leave JoeFest on the 29th of June.
Yeah.
So unless Steve speed drives back and gets there at midnight on the 30th, it'll probably be July 1st, 2nd, or 3rd.
Yeah.
Right.
Largo says Lawrence is upset there's no skateboarding punks in the classified line. I would probably be more aggravated if they tried doing something like that and they screwed up the board, or I've said it before. The Snow Serpent comes with the snowboard. The snowboard is only set to goofy foot. Now, if you don't know what goofy and regular is,
Yeah, we know.
someone that skates regular foot, they put their left leg goes forward. That's how I skate. I can't envision skating goofy, so I refuse to use that snowboard. It really should have twisted. But again, if you're not a snowboarder or a skateboarder, probably doesn't even matter to you. But for me, I'm like, I can't ever use this.
Yeah, no, that's
If
fair.
anyone says anything, yes, Tony Hawk is goofy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes. And I once, my ex, she once yelled at me that I need to stop calling it goofy because it's a negative kind of, it's negative. And I'm like, do you think I named this? It's
No,
it's what it is.
It's been called.
And then one of my friends that I skate with, I was telling him, and he goes, dude, my wife says the same thing to me.
Wow.
She's like, you gotta stop saying that you skate regular and other people skate goofy. And he's like, no, dude, that's just what it's called.
Yeah.
I didn't make it up. All right.
No.
Nowhere in the late 80s when I was skateboarding that I started calling it goofy, and it made it all the way back to California. And all these pros were like, wow, I heard about some little Mexican in Detroit that's calling it goofy.
Right. Oh, man.
All right. So I got to say this. I love the desert. Now, I did ask Ken, hey, are you going to do everything? Are you going to do everything in desert? And he did say, well, maybe not everything's going to look great in desert. So I would love, I don't think I'm going to have the ability to because it's a lot of work. I would love to have all the OG classified figures in that tan.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they would have done the O-rings, the whole first wave in tan. You don't, and again, with the classified, well, we just saw they were getting the tan grunt. We have the desert snake eyes. Scarlet doesn't need to be done and we know we're going to get a tan grunt eventually. I hope they do all of them. Is this something that you guys are looking to do? To have? Now I know, like Leonidas, he's not going to work because he's wearing shorts and everything. I don't think he would work. But are you looking to do tan on most of these figures? Or have you not even thought about it?
Oh yeah. No, it's definitely, there's always thought that goes into everything. I mean, I have sheets and sheets of just like where you'll see Kestrel. There's about 30 versions, different color sets. Some of them are themed, Arctic, urban, whatever, desert, and then some are like neon 90s and weird shit, right? There's all of that stuff exists somewhere on a file. But I don't know if we really want to, it's a fine line to run, because really, how many roosters do you want? Because it's just one guy. If we're to put out, let's say we put out Kestrel again, well, maybe if we do her in a different color set, at least we can do is put a new head on it or something, right? To change it up so it's not just, this is, Delta-17 now offering you 5 Kestrels. That's right, 5 Kestrels. Get them all today, right? It's going to be a bit much. So it's
I
a
want that
fine
commercial now.
Yeah. Right. So I don't know. It's a fine line to walk. We want to keep putting out new stuff, but we also know that people do enjoy redecos and different things. And the more I do it, the more I enjoy it as well. And I hope people don't think it's just a cheap, reflog of something. So
Now,
it is a good idea. I mean, because you have the molds, right? So and those different warfare themes is something that people do expect. they want to take their troops to different environments. So I don't think anyone would really critique it. I mean, maybe you don't want to do a whole wave of it, but maybe, one or two here or there.
And that's what I meant for like the exclusives. Like, are you looking at a 2-pack of like Desert every year? And I can understand some of the figures probably wouldn't look that great in Desert.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite likely that we'll do another Desert 2-pack next year. I'll leave it at that. Because I really love how the colors look. We'll probably go with the exact same tan and whatever else so that they all match and, dotty, and I think it's fun. I think people they enjoy it. And as long as we keep the price relatively, fair and all that stuff, then it'll be all right.
And I'll say this, like if your last 2-pack was in Ninja Force 90s colors and this one was the same, I wouldn't be asking, hey, are you going to do all the figures in Ninja Force Neon 90? Because like, I don't want that. But this here looks good. And I can grab my tan grunt and my tan clutch and it's going to match perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one get any ideas. I want to be the first one to do the tan
Already
man.
did it. Yeah.
Screw you.
All chrome.
Well, I am saying that one of the things in the HasLab box that I am picking up is the mobile command center. And if I'm correct, I've never had one. That is a tan, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling there may be some fighting on that.
Nice.
Because I'm getting it from Woody 222, and I already told Woody, I'm like, I can't wait to get home because that first weekend that I'm home, I've never had that. Yeah. And I am going to be outside playing with it like I was 10 fucking years old again.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really looking forward to seeing how that all goes together. And but now I'm looking at these figures and I'm like, oh man, they're going to fit on there pretty nicely, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So with everything that is going on with JoeFest, and let's talk about, or can we talk about when your next wave you're planning on having it?
Yeah, the factory wants to move a bit faster than I want to move. I mean, if people know anything about my life, there's been a few complications and different things like that. So I have slowed down a bit just to keep myself upright. So, I've got all sorts of I've got food allergies. All I can eat is beef, which gets a bit old after a while. I can also eat fresh milled grains now. We've been able to add that. So I've got 2 things. But so that's been about 5 years of eating beef. It gets old pretty quick. So, my energy levels and all sorts. And when I wake up, sometimes it takes me 2 to 3 hours just to be able to think straight. Right.
I'm sorry. I just puked a little in my mouth.
Yeah.
Asking, can you imagine Kestrel in Scarlet Ninja Force colors?
No.
Hey, anyone wondering? Target tomorrow. That is when the.
I pitched that to Steve the other day.
Oh, right.
Did you really?
I asked him about Ninja Force Scarlet. Let's not get into what his answer was.
I hope they have the same pelvis.
If you watch the live stream about the classified one, they made a comment about how she's not going to be as wide down there, and she has more of a female form.
Yeah, right.
All right. So anyway, back to what we were talking about.
Oh yeah. Where were we? So wave 2 is a bit slower. The factory, we work with Joe, and he is just incredible, the most incredible dude you could ever work with. And they are ready to go to a lot faster than I am. I still want to, I draw all the card backs and all that stuff, and I've been a bit slow. I'm only done 2 out of 6 so far. And so I just asked them to pump the brakes a little bit. They'll still continue with refining the tooling until they've got it really, really dialed. But as far as production, we're just going to slow down just a little bit. So it'll probably be 2020, early 2027 that we'll see the new six figures. And in the meantime, we're also working on the hind, which is pretty intensive at times. Yeah, it's looking pretty incredible. So that is a highly complex vehicle, right? I try not to worry. I try not to be. Yeah.
To anyone watching, the hind is a helicopter that is probably, for most of us, known as it was the helicopter in Red Dawn, correct?
Yeah, and Rambo 2 and 3.
Okay.
I think.
Metal Gear Solid or Metal Gear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You have to take one out by yourself. That's a hard fight.
It is a Russian helicopter, correct?
Yeah.
So just so anyone that's wondering what the hind is.
Yeah, it's the Meal Mi-24D version, but we do have some stuff from the V Victor version added on. Some modern accoutrements have been added on, like the flare dispenser and some sensors in the front. But yeah, it's known as Satan's Chariot. Its real name is the Crocodile, but over here in the NATO alliance named everything after the letter H for all their helicopters. So there was the Havoc, the Hind, the Hip, etc. And then their fighter jets were named after F. So they had the Faggot, the Fish Box.
And those are real. Those are real.
Say that word here, even though.
But I think it was legit.
So you know,
I think it's spelled differently too. So it's like
no, it was named. It was spelled the exact. Wow. Yeah, it was bizarre. So they weren't. NATO wasn't very kind when they named Russian. Yeah. So. But yeah.
So can I ask, and then can you talk about the next six figures and who they are or not?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
we did it a few months ago.
Yeah, we've done a bit of a reveal. Oh, fair enough. Okay. So you want it again? Well, just play that clip. Go on and then play the clip, and we'll all go to the bat. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Wait, Lawrence, you didn't get a set of the.
Yeah.
Well, I do, but I don't want to let people know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see if I can find this. Let me see if I can find the slide. Maybe I can't.
No, just if you want to just like give the names and
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah. So
but
there'll be six figures. 3 of them are good guys. 3 are bad guys. On the good guys, we have Noah Aloha. He's going to be our MARSOC Marine Raiders M249 squad gunner. And then we've got Tourniquet. He's our team medic. He's going to be a Air Force pararescue PJ jumper, as they're known. And then we've got Arctic troopers for Delta, and they will consist of the 10th Mountain Battalion, or 10th Mountain Division, excuse me, out of New York, as well as possibly, I think it's the 118th. Is it 18th or 118th? Airborne out of Alaska. We might mix it between those two. And then for the bad guys, we have Death Sparrow. She's going to be leading the Snow Sparrows. So nice. The Snow Sparrows will be a troop builder. Death Sparrow is an individual army builder. And then we're bringing out
version 2, correct?
Yeah, version 2, she'll have snow outfit on with a big luxurious. She goes a bit overboard. Her fur collar is quite large. Her ushanka is quite large, right? She's a bit of a prima donna. Yeah, and she's still rocking the same big, 75 round drum mag. So yeah, that's correct. It's an understatement. And then to finish them off, the number 6 is the Thunder Battalion in Arctic. But we're going to give them a couple of different Ushanka variants. Like we've always, there's one thing that we're sort of deviating away from, and that is, Delta-17 can carry all of their accessories, but at the same time, we also want to give people options, right? So we're not going to get it so that, the guy comes with an extra head and you can plug the extra head onto his backpack so it's looking over his shoulder, right? You know, at some point you're going to have to put something in a baggie, right?
Can you imagine
So-
the shots John could do with that, though?
Yeah, right.
I'm already thinking about it.
Yeah, that would look cool. So, yeah, those are the 6 figures, and then we got the hind, and it comes with 2 different figures currently: a female front gunner, and then a male pilot sitting up behind her in the top cockpit. And then we'll have probably a secondary male as possibly as a flight engineer, and then we're going to work on soon a new group of troopers that will fill up the troop compartment, which will be Russian para-commandos.
Okay.
So
Nice.
And you are planning on having Wave 2 before JoeFest 2027.
oh, absolutely, yes. Without a doubt, it'll be, you know, we might time it for JoeFest. I don't know, but we'll do a couple of exclusives for sure, just because they're fun. And
Yeah.
then we'll have Wave 2, and we should have 1 or 2 comics. Once I get all healed up, which will be soon, I'll be able to pull my head out of my butt and just get to work. You know, I used to be a completely different human being about 10 years ago, and my kids don't even really remember who I was. If I play them an old video, they're like, "Dad's smiling? What? Why is he laughing?" And I'm just like, seriously, it's not that bad. And they're like, "No, it's pretty bad, Dad. Come on." I'm like, wow. Okay. You know.
And when are you planning on the hind coming out? Like, do you have a time frame that you're hoping that it comes out? We know things can get pushed back, or
I have hopes. Oh, of course. You know, I would love it to be JoeFest 2027 for sure, but I don't know. They say that from the beginning of tooling to the end of production and having a product in hand is roughly about 150 days, right? Okay. Right now in our development of it, it still needs quite a bit more. I would say possibly 1, 2, maybe even 3 months more of sculpting, and then after that, it's got to be. You know, but the good thing is that the new sculpting is all in step files now. So we're going straight into CAD so that the factory doesn't have to convert and change and rebuild everything into step. So that's good. We're saving on that. But we really want to, this is our magnum opus, right? Like the tail comes off so you can stick it in a smaller box or store it away. You know, all the rotor blades come off, the wings come off. There's multiple armaments on the 3 stanchions on the wing. We want it so that you can press a button, take off the entire top of the helicopter, get your big meaty hands inside the troop bay, as well as to be able to pull the entire cockpit glass off.
oh,
So that you can stick the guys in there without having to jam them in sideways through a little hole, right?
kind of like what Ramen's doing with their vans now. You can take the whole. So Ramen's version 2 van, the whole roof comes off, so you can put the figures in, and way easier. Now I have tiny little girl hands, but it's still a struggle. Way easier if you have.
Yeah.
So I think that's great.
Yeah. Well, thanks. And then of course there'll be different color variations. You know, at the outset we're going to offer 2. Whether or not we crowdfund it, I kind of want to, because it gets you a lot more exposure and advertising, but at the same time to prepare for crowdfunding will probably take 2 to 3 months, right? Just to get the campaign all in order. And I don't know if I have 2 or 3 months. We like to run and gun and just, you know, get stuff out there, but I don't know. Maybe we will, you know, we're going to get the factory going when we believe that it's ready, and then maybe we'll just start crowdfunding then and just be like, listen, we've got a test shot already. This thing's machined up. We're not these guys that are just going to be like, oh yeah, we'll make it. Don't worry, you know, right? So, and we're hoping to have a prototype of it, a rough prototype for this year's JoeFest. So we've got a couple of guys, the guys who originally designed it, Kelly and Eddie at Odd Frog Studios, or at Odd Frog Entertainment, or Entertainment Studios.
Yeah, I think so.
Odd Frog Entertainment.
Okay, they're the guys who made the 1/12 scale Bandito that everyone can find on BBTS. It's a great looking car, and they're very talented fellows. So they were able to knock it out of the park. So now we're just getting things dialed in and little details, you know, rivets and different things and how hinges work. So that's the stage we're at right now.
All right, so 3-star is asking, is it too early to predict a final price on the Hind? And I'm going to piggyback on that. Is you are going to crowdfund this? And I'm not saying that in a negative way, but I'm asking.
Possibly, it's something that's on the table. The good thing about crowdfunding is, like, we kind of missed out on that with Wave 1, right? A lot of the other O-ring guys, they did that, and they were able to build a following right from the get-go. They had like 2,000 people right out of the gate, whereas we had like 5. And then we drop our stuff and we're like, yeah, baby, check it out. And people are like, they're like, I don't know, what is this, right? And we're like, yeah, it's awesome, you know. And it took time, you know, and we're just sitting there with a pile of stuff, and it's just like, come on, you know, this is awesome. And it's starting to catch up now, but you know, you can't deny the power of Kickstarter. It's its own marketing megalon, you know. It's huge. Yeah. So there's that good part, and then it also gives you the ability to see, you know, you've already have homes for so and so many helicopters, and people can then add on so and so many paracommandos, et cetera, et cetera. So you can gauge your production levels, right? But my main worry, and this is something like Ken knows, I don't like math. I don't like the government. I don't like, you know, taxes, all that shit, and whatever else, right? I don't like planning out a frickin' marketing campaign or a Kickstarter, right? So I don't know how to do that. I don't want to stop, slow down, and take 2 to 3 months to plan out a frickin' Kickstarter. I would rather just, you know, run and gun and just, you know, loaded for bear,
You know,
buckshot everywhere and see where it falls.
There is a halfway measure here where if we think we can cover the tooling costs, maybe we do a pre-order directly on the website, but then we don't have the built-in Kickstarter model. If we do that, then we miss out on potentially like a couple thousand extra people that would not have ever known, right? Yeah.
So I don't know. I think our hope is that we push ahead in the development phase, and then somehow in the meantime come alongside and somehow launch a Kickstarter and just say, okay, we're already, you know, production, so to speak, is already in process because we are tooled, right? And we are going, you know, and so the Kickstarter, by the time it ends, is hopefully right about when we're about to enter actual production and you know, figure out quantities and all that stuff. Now, one of the hard things right now is that with the Iran war, which I love, by the way, I'm not going to put down anything that's happening right now. I mean, Venezuela got set free in 3 hours. That's incredible. You know, Cuba is about to be set free. This is millions and millions of people. Iran, after 47 years. Anyways, I'll get off my soapbox.
I think you're getting on about the price of the plastic. I think you're going.
Yeah, Ken wants me to get to the actual point of the matter. But anyways, the price of the right. Yeah. It's like I'll take lingerie for $300. Anyways.
Are you saying
no?
$300?
Yeah. Hey guys, I gotta run. Just want to say it's awesome.
Right.
I can't wait to see you guys in a couple weeks. And hopefully this Saturday, Steve is going to join me over, and we're going to do a 118. So I'll see you guys then. Thanks.
Nice.
Have a good one,
Thanks, Will.
Thank you for joining, Will.
Thanks.
Yeah. Later, dude. But okay, so the price of plastic right now is up 30 to 40%, if not higher, right? Because due to oil. So China used to get oil from Venezuela, and then the regime got a little bit mixed up. So things are a little bit different now. And China got oil from Iran, and they got it at a subsidy price, right? So the price for oil in China right now is quite a bit higher. Therefore, plastic is quite a bit higher. Our production costs in this current window is going to be 30 to 40% higher when it comes to just production. And of course, there's some tariffs, and shipping has gone up, and there's a bunch of other factors. That's not all. So, yeah, but we're still trying to keep things relatively low. We're just going to try to ride out the storm, because I know there's always calm on the other side of the storm.
So you're saying you do not have a prediction for a price?
I think it would be foolish to try to predict it, because I think because with the Hind, we've got so many parts. We really want it to be as detailed as much as possible within reason. And so our tooling is probably going to cost us minimum $200,000 US, right? Just for steel blocks being cut. Okay. So that's a fair amount of money.
That's like 8 figures,
I think that's more than 8 figures, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah.
No? Okay.
Do we need to go over the math, guy?
I was trying to move to the fact that we also want to add a couple figures to that. That's where I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we have like 3 figures that we want to tool up as well with it, plus different armaments and add-ons. And whenever there's a Kickstarter, then people keep thinking, stretch goals, stretch goals, stretch goals. It's like, holy shit, dude, we can't go forever, right? So that's another part that makes me a bit nervous about Kickstarter. But I will tell you that the absolute ceiling is 300 US. I don't want to get near that ceiling, but we're definitely not going to go past it. That's for sure. Because we have to think long-term, right? I want to be able to sell 2 Hinds to every person that loves it. And the good thing is you won't have space for it. It's almost 3 feet long, but you can hang it from your ceiling. So that kind of solves that part, right? But
since and I'm going to ask you this because I wish companies would think of this. Are you going to make, since it's a helicopter, is there going to be a mount that can hang? Like, will there be a spot that we can hook it to hang it from there? I know.
I don't think so.
The Tomahawk never had that. So
yes,
yeah,
I know. I understand that. I literally screwed a little screw into my original, and that's how mine hangs.
Why? You can just go around on the inside of the troop bay and then around the tail.
I was a kid when I did it.
Oh, okay, fair.
Yeah, I did it to my Night Raven too. But at least I know those are my original, so it's like,
yeah,
I was like 19 when I did it.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
Would I do it now?
No. Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
Okay. So
no, I would say no mounting points.
Okay. So you're still working on it. I'm excited for it. I'm going to try and have the money for it for sure, because money and space are 2 different things. I need to start worrying more about space for things. There's another company doing this thing called Classified, who's really making it difficult for a lot of us.
Never heard of it. Never heard of it.
Yeah. It's somewhere. There's actually nothing in here. Like, honestly, everything's downstairs. Oh, I guess I have this figure right here. That's a custom.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
So as for JoeFest, all right. So we kind of talked about like what in the past has, what it is that everyone's loved about it. Ken, I'm going to talk right now. What are you looking most forward to this year when it comes to JoeFest? I almost said Classified, but no longer talking about that.
When the alcohol starts getting served until last call.
Okay. There's stuff we got to talk about. All right. So 24. Ken. Now, I had heard out in 23 that B's Battleground, Bobby B, contrary to what some people might think, he is supposedly a really good guy. He pretty much had to save Ken, correct?
I remember I was probably going to fall over, and he somehow got me to a chair. I remember that. He introduced himself as B's Battleground, and I didn't remember what he looked like because I was pretty out of it. And I messaged him the next day saying, "Thanks for having my back." And he didn't. This first time we'd met, and I've not had a conversation with him since.
So we're sitting there. Was it Saturday night, John?
I think it was
It was
yeah,
either
probably
Friday or
Saturday.
Saturday night. No, it wasn't Sunday.
Oh,
Yeah.
And Ken was he
There we
had
go.
a few pops in him.
There we go.
And I'm like, "Are you drunk, Ken?" And he told me he's not. And John is sitting there going, and I go, "Is he?" He's like, and then comes Grease Thumb.
Mm-hmm.
And they were
Mhm.
eating pizza. And clearly, when Ken went to eat it, he was sticking his hand or his thumb directly in the grease. Because let's just say if he was special forces, he would have got his whole team killed because that thing would have been shining off the moonlight.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
was
know
it
the
you
story.
John, was it you that called him Grease Thumb or was it
It
someone
was
else?
Tony.
It wasn't
was
me.
Tony.
Yeah, Tony. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
the
he's just
story.
sitting there and John's face when I'm asking Ken if he's drunk, and he's like, "No, I'm not." And I'm like, I look at John and he's just like,
Nice.
It was quite the night.
and then we had Ken who was also drunk. And what bathroom do you use again? I know it's 2026. Things are different than they used to be. What bathroom do you use?
Let's go to the actual story. The first time Action Fakes Ed told the story, not the modified version that got added where Humpty Dumpty came back together and the three little pigs actually collectively beat the crap out of the big bad wolf. We're not gonna tell that version of the story. But going to the bathroom, and I'm about to put my hand on the women's bathroom door, and as Ed told it the first time, I did an about face, and I went to the men's room. He was out of his chair, was about to come rescue me, realized I didn't need to be rescued. That's the official story. Since then, apparently, I apparently went to the women's bathroom. Why there was a urinal in there, I have no idea.
You're saying that my moderator Ed lies.
That's
I'm what I just heard.
I'm saying he told the truth, and somehow the broken telephone game added a bunch of stuff to it, right? Bret Hart was screwed. They added the tap after using AI or whatever. They added him screaming and crying, "I quit," using AI.
No, I saw that live
or whatever.
I remember watching it live.
Yeah. You probably watched the SmackDown 3K version
Well
of it,
before
which we
the
know.
deep fakes.
Yeah, but well, anyway, we're never going to get consensus on this.
All right, so I'll start with you, John. Is there anything that you can think of in all the JoeFest you've been to that is your favorite thing that's happened?
Honestly, it's just the memories, like you were saying earlier. But I remember my first year, I was out there with Mega J. We had ordered pizza, and it literally took, I think it took like hour and a half. I think it was Domino's too.
That was Domino's pizza.
Yeah, and it was like literally they were right around the corner. I was telling me and Jay were just outside the lobby, like we're just like we're starving, we want to get food for the crew and everything, and anybody else in the lobby who was like still hanging around. And we're literally waiting out there, and Jay's like, maybe we should just walk. I mean, it'd be faster if we just walk down there and just get pizza. And like it was surreal because that was really my first time really being able to hang out with Mega J. We met at PowerCon, but this is like I watch Mega J all the time. Like he's one of the, same with you, Punk. I mean, like YouTubers, you just watch, right? I mean, from afar for years. And then here I am just standing outside a hotel and just waiting for the Domino's Pizza Man to come. And so, I mean, it's like memories like that. Last year we did it wasn't Raising Cane's, it's the other one. What's it called? Oh shoot, Zaxby's. We did Zaxby's Uber drive-in to bring some chicken nuggets in. But yeah, it's just to me that's what I look forward to. Tony was in here earlier. Man, that was the first thing I did on Thursday when I got in last year. Tony was already at the bar. Hey man, he said, "Where you at, man?" Like I'm up in my room. I'll see you down there in a few minutes. And I went down there, and Tony he already had something ready for me. It's like it's just cool to kind of like it's the meetups really more than anything. To me, that's what I always look forward to.
So Tony called me because we had a room, and he's like, "Hey, I'm up here at the front desk, and they said if you give permission, they can give me early access into the room. I'm like, cool, I don't care. So he hands the phone over, and I'm driving down the expressway trying to get there, and they're asking for the credit card. They want. I'm like, dude, I'm driving, I can't. And then, so they hand the phone, and Tony's like, I'm so sorry. If I would have known they were gonna ask you all this, I'm like, dude, it's not your fault. Like, why? Like, you already have my credit card on file.
Right.
Yeah.
You already have it on file. Like, I don't care. Like, go ahead. I can give you everything else, the phone number, my address, like everything is there other than I can't pull this out and, give you all this stuff. You have everything else. But no, again, like I kind of envy the people that fly in because it is a long drive to get there.
Yeah.
And, you may say, hey, I'm waking up at 3 and I'm going to be on the road by 3:30. But sometimes that alarm goes off and you're like, I can leave at 4. And then you're not leaving till 5. And again, you get caught in one traffic jam, and it's like, who knows how long it's going to take you.
Yep.
But yeah, and there's been, again, I know there's been so many different things, but I'd like to know, like, again, like hearing what the memories that you have. Steve, what about you? Is there anything that sticks out that is like, that just sticks out that's the most special, or what you thought was the best thing that's happened to you for the 3 JoeFest you've been to?
That would require some serious contemplation. I will return after 4 hours. Please wait. I don't know. There's just great people there, and it's so much fun being able to interact with them, and just, they're wonderful people. So I don't know, man. It's the people. The people are fantastic. So it's, it's strange because you're all basically strangers, but everyone's so friendly, and you all have sort of the same interests, and you just go with it. And
you're like, we're all strangers, and then one day we're no longer strangers.
Right. Yeah. Makes no sense.
It's like one day, it's like I'm telling my son, like, listen, these people you're playing with online, they're not your real friends. You don't know them. And here I am, I'm doing YouTube and I'm making all these friends. And it's all virtual, right?
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, PowerCon was a smaller thing because I met John, but we really didn't talk. Ed was really the only person since then that I've communicated with and actually hung out with that I've gotten to know. I hung out with, the Hella Dope guys, Travis Fitzgerald, a few other guys. Ed was, I actually spent a lot of time with Ed. I was only there for one day. I drove in, drove out. But then you go to JoeFest and you're there for 5 days. And that's what I tell everyone. It's like, taking out that I'm going to Orlando right after, you're there for 5 days. You're coming in on Thursday. You're not leaving till Monday. Work is completely out of your mind. If you're at the hotel, you're not thinking about anything else other than, and this is why I say you want to stay at the hotel, because if you're in the suites, and I'm not saying like I'm a big shot, the suites are just sometimes easier. And if you have 3 people, it's actually cheaper than the room, the room that you're going to get for the special that he runs, right? Yeah. You're in the suite, which is all the way at the end. 3 o'clock in the morning comes and you're like, oh, that is such a long one. I cannot imagine getting in my car or walking outside to another hotel. That's the last thing that I want to do.
Yeah.
You're just like, I'm looking down the hall and I'm thinking, oh, this is such a long walk. Why do I have to be in the suites? Why can't it come closer to me?
The suites were great. The suites were great, to be honest.
Oh, they are. And
they're
again,
much larger rooms.
Yeah. So, again, I got a suite again. My son was supposed to go. He's not going this year. So it's just Ed and myself, although Tony is crashing there Thursday night and Zen might be crashing there Friday night because as of right now, he only has a room for Saturday and Sunday. But you have more than enough room, right? You have 2 queen size beds in the room, and then you have a pull-out bed. Yeah. And the first year I stayed with Travis Moody, and Tony was with us, and I never pulled out the bed. And they're like, "You never even pulled out the bed. You just slept on the couch." I'm like, "I'm not that big. All right. Like the couch was perfectly fine. If you pull out the bed, then you gotta fold it up every day. Like, I don't care. I sleep on the couch."
Nope. I just left mine out because I let Mega J take the room and I took the hallway with the
See, I
pull-out
think
bed. I just
Tony
left it
did
out.
the same thing last year. I don't
Yeah, I just
remember.
left it out.
But I
That's
didn't
a good
care.
idea.
I didn't care. I was doing stuff on, on the table there. All right, Ken, let me ask you, of everything that you experienced in the 3 Joe Fest that you have gone, what is there anything that stands out that is your favorite moment?
Unplanned, just silly stuff. Like I see you coming down the hallway. You get stopped by probably somebody who watches the channel. I go hide over at the side behind like a little like fake tree / plant type of thing, and I turn the camera on, and like I literally say like you would think it was scripted. I literally go. It was one take. I'm hiding behind a plant. A punk with toys is coming down the hallway. He might not see me. Within 1 second, you come down the hallway. Hey, where's Ken? And you turn around, you go, fucking tree. And it was just things like that. Or like I'm walking back. That was one moment. Same Joe Fest. I'm walking back to my booth carrying Four Horsemen Toys exclusive. Jeremy is walking the other way with a hailstorm. And we met midway.
Right.
We're just like, oh, that's why you weren't at your booth. That's why you weren't at yours. I was like, I was buying your stuff. Well, I was buying yours. It's the unplanned silliness that happens. Things like that you just absolutely can't predict. Or two Joe Fests before, when I'm filming at the bar and someone comes along to put me in a Cobra clutch. I have no idea who it is. I'm just like, what is this? Who's pestering me? They start looking at me. I'm like, it's because I have my camera on in the dark, and I turn around and it's Sarge. Right? And the look on my face is, huh? Right? And everyone starts laughing. So just things like that. And the 23 Joe Fest, I'm standing by the door like this. Sarge is leaving with his agent, Paul. And Kelly goes, hey, Dad, put Ken in a Cobra clutch, because I'm standing right there. And he does. And I get another free Cobra clutch.
Wow.
So just
Nice.
things like this, the unplanned nature and candidness of what happens is what I love the most.
And I have to agree 100% with you, because there is more than one person. I mean, numerous people that I talked to that said, yeah, I just decided to come, or I didn't know anyone. Will said the same thing. The guy that thought you were Wreck Ship,
Yes.
not Wreck Ship was you. I guess it's the other way around. Max, he didn't know anyone. And I keep telling people, I go, if you just go, you don't, you know about G.I. Joe, you enjoy it.
Yeah.
The show isn't even about G.I. Joe anymore, to be 100% honest, right? It is based around G.I. Joe, but Hasbro won't send anyone. There's no G.I. Joe exclusives. If you go there, you're just going to see people. And because of this YouTube generation that we live in, you're going to know who I am. I mean, if you watch any type of G.I. Joe stuff on YouTube, I'm assuming my face at some point has popped up, right? B's Battleground, maybe not, because he doesn't really put his face on, on camera. But Tony, Zen, Shark Eyes, like all these guys, like you see us. So you come over and you say hi to us. You're seeing all these guys that do YouTube. It's easy just to make new friends. And I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but there wasn't anyone that was completely rude, shut me out. There were some people that I didn't bother going out of my way to talk to. One with a whip. That's not a whip. But like there's some people, but again, it's the playground. And that's what I keep telling. We all don't we all don't have to be friends, but we all have to respect each other on the playground. And like anywhere going to school, there were groups that you would get along with better. But how many people bounce from one group to another, chatting with them, getting to know them? And I said it before, and last year was when I really noticed it. I was upstairs and I was talking to Pat and Firefly, and they were talking about Pat really wanted me to go to Assembly Required, and he's like, "No,
Pat Stewart. Pat Stewart.
yeah, Pat Stewart, sorry,
Picard. Yeah.
yeah." And he was like, "No," he's like, "AR. That's." He goes, "This is more like, this is where a lot of people come to get good deals. AR is where we go, and we know everyone, and it's kind of like a family reunion." And that's when I kind of looked around upstairs, and I realized those people upstairs, those are the ones that have been going for years, and they're doing the swap meets. And for them, this is where they come to get deals, different things. Like obviously see friends from years gone by, but they're there, and the guys upstairs are mostly like the swap meet guys, older guys. And then downstairs is the YouTube generation. And believe me, we're not any younger than them. We're all the same age. But when you go downstairs, it's all the guys that you see on YouTube that are doing YouTube on a regular basis. And I don't want to say like, Pat Stewart doesn't do YouTube, but they do very minimal, right? Downstairs, it's all the guys that you see in their faces, even though, you don't know them. It's like you think you know them, but you don't, because we're just online people. And it's two different types of people, or two different groups of people, but you don't walk upstairs and those guys be like, it's one of the YouTubers. Like no one cares.
Right.
Like they don't come down and you're like, oh, it's just those old.
If you're talking about the old school Joe guys who've been getting together since the early JoeCon days, yeah, they've been getting together forever. Like some of these dudes, like you mentioned, Pat, helped really get YoJoe.com going. Him and Phil Donnelly, several others. I think Drew Haggerty did a little bit there. You're right. There's a lot. They're very welcoming. They're very open.
And that's what I'm saying.
A lot. I need to spend more time with the declassified booth this year and their panel. I've already told Steve, when the panel for declassified hits, I'm going to get my tutoring session in. So
it's like
right.
Like I said, we're all downstairs and they're all upstairs. It's not like that one Game of Thrones. I never watched Game of Thrones, but you remember when I've seen the video where the girl's walking and they're all like throwing stuff at her. It's not like the YouTubers are walk by and they're all like the chastising us. Everyone is so open. They want to talk to you. People that aren't in the classified, they want to hear about why you're collecting this. And again, it's vice versa. I collect everything, contrary to what people have said that I'm just a classified guy. This room downstairs in my basement tells me otherwise. But that's just a bit, to me, that's the best thing. The camaraderie of that many people. Mm-hmm. And we're all stuck together for, like I said, almost 5 days.
Yep.
And we're all stuck in this area.
And the number of real, like, hardcore, purebred a-holes is actually really small. I mean, you can count on maybe one hand.
I mean, a lot of them are on Facebook groups, like when they're like, you have that? Oh, well, I got mine 20 years ago. I'm like, okay, I don't care. I get that all the time. Right.
Well, you know what? No. Right now, that is the Hooded Cobra Commander guy. The people that are super excited over Hooded Cobra Commander and Classified, and then everyone has to show how I've had mine for 4 years already. Oh, like shut the fuck up, dude. Like,
because of the custom. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you meant I thought you meant like Brian HTC. I was like, he doesn't.
No.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Wrong with the Cobra Commander.
No. Like people are excited, right? And so now you have these people that they have to show you, and they're like, and again, they're absolutely correct. That and that's always been my thing. Like anyone could have made a Hooded Cobra Commander. Like they sell the hoods on eBay, but people wanted the official one. But now everyone's got to show it. And that's exactly what you're saying. When you have the person that's like, oh, well, I've had that. Now, again, I kind of do that with my aircraft carrier. I know that's kind of the running joke. But it's true. I did have it in 1985 for Christmas. So.
Wow. You were that kid. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I am that kid because it's still sitting downstairs in my basement.
Wow.
Nice.
That's pretty
All
sweet.
put together. It's
But
not
now-
complete, but it's mine.
Yeah, but now you don't have that big goal to go out and get the aircraft carrier. So
Grail.
you kind of, right? So you've got no purpose in life now.
No, it's the
Well, I got mine
It's the
6 years
Defiant.
ago, but I still, I was gonna say I still want that Z Force command center that Steve has. So even if I have my aircraft carrier, I don't have that. So
I want the Defiant. That is my holy
so
grail.
yeah, so Steve,
Yeah.
you don't have to pay me this year, but you can ship something.
Oh, I wonder what.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I don't want your Z Force headquarters unless I pay for it. So.
He's just joking because his wife's on the other side going, did you just tell him he doesn't have to pay you?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
She
She just walked out of
really?
the room to have a late to have
Really?
a late dinner. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was a couple minutes ago, so she missed the joke. But if she stayed there a couple minutes, she would have caught it.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I think like everyone that I've talked to during this whole drive to JoeFest has said the same thing. It's all
Hi, honey.
it's all about the real people that you meet, the friendships. Again, I can buy any of this shit, and I go to Sergeant Red's. I have such a great toy store here, multiple ones. I
Right.
can buy any of this shit anywhere, but I can't meet up with everyone. And after Friday, if I really want to, I got everything and I'm done. And I'm assuming this is your wife because you're saying hi, honey, correct?
That's my beautiful wife that I love so much.
Mhm.
But she is new, so she gets.
Wait a minute.
She was.
Oh, wait a minute. You gotta understand, man. I never even saw these assholes before.
But it is great to have you. Army
Nice.
of Darkness and Evil Dead.
Yeah.
She's the real VP of the company. Should she ever choose to enact her powers?
That's right. No, she's actually
Should she ever
legally
choose to?
she's legally the secretary.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. What am I legally?
You're Ken.
Okay.
I don't know.
math
Do you
guy.
say here's
The
a
math
form
guy.
to sign each year, and I never look at the title every single year. You're like, okay, we got to sign the finances. You mail it, I mail it back, and I'm like, oh, I should check the title that he gave me.
You're the finance guy. You're the
It
finance.
could say, I don't know. It could say magical fairy pixie,
I
and I would
hope it
have
says you're the
absolutely no idea.
Canadian. Please tell me it says you're the Canadian.
Right. Here's the transparency register. Let's see if it says it on there.
Yeah, I'm actually curious to what the hell my title actually is, because people ask me. I'm just like, I don't know. They're like, are you kind of like the VP? I'm like, well, by function, sure.
I don't know if it,
Right?
it doesn't have a title for you. It also doesn't have a title for me in this one.
Okay. What does it
Huh.
say? All directors must sign. Is that what it says? 'Cause
Yeah.
That says, okay, so we're directors, huh? Okay.
No.
Whatever. So we're okay. I don't know.
I don't know. We
Because
keep
remember,
it
you
loose.
told me to come up with a real title because you said stop using the term gopher.
Well, yeah, that one's not quite accurate, no, because you've never gotten me a coffee.
No, because you can't
Hey.
drink coffee.
Hey,
Correct.
we can fix that this year. What do you need to get you?
Nice.
It'll be
Right.
like a cup of water or something, which I'll get for myself
Yeah.
anyway. So yeah, I'll get that for you. I'll get you an ice water.
Just
You
Nice.
can have ice water, right? You can have
Just
ice
don't
water. Right?
get Mega J.
No.
Pepsi.
Actually, I can't.
You will not drink Pepsi.
Oh, really?
Oh no. Because
Oh.
somehow we had a bet and I didn't even realize it. He's like, you owe me a Coke. And I forget what it was. This was a PowerCon and they didn't have Coke there. They only had Pepsi. So I went and got him a Pepsi. And he was like, thank you, but I won't drink it. And I'm
No.
like- he's like, I only drink Coke. And all right, I mean, but he was like cool, you settled you settled the bet. And then when we got to the restaurant, they didn't have Coke there either. Weren't you? You were there, John. Yeah, 'cause
That was the pizza place, wasn't it?
Yes, they
Yeah,
didn't have
yeah.
Coke there either, and it's like the first thing he said to me because I remember I got there late because I got stuck behind one of those pedal bars in Columbus.
What?
Yep.
They have these pedal bars, so there'll be
Mhm.
like 10 people on this pedal
Oh.
bicycle, and it's a
Yeah.
bar, and it goes, and I was stuck behind it, and I had to go like 2 miles.
Wow.
And you want to talk about just being
Are they going like this as they're driving too? Because they're all hammered or what?
no, because you have who's ever in charge of it. They're in,
Yeah.
they're in charge. They're driving it.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, I was furious. I just wanted to get there.
Right.
It's like you just want to
Wow.
get there. It's like I just want to fucking get there.
Oh,
And
shit.
quickly, Crash just gifted 1 Punk membership.
Nice.
So you
Nice.
get this,
Welcome to the creamery.
but
Did
this is
he end up
really-
gifting himself?
no, it went to my moderator, Ed, who I was pretty sure was a member already.
Mm.
I guess I should probably charge you a little more for the room when we split it because you're not a moderator.
Yeah. Nice.
Ken, will there be Snoopy stuff at JoeFest?
Oh, did she mean for her? I thought she just meant am I bringing this guy? I thought that's all she meant. Ralph will be there. Ralph will be there.
Yes, he
Yes,
always comes.
yes. Yep.
Ralph is always
He's-
there.
Can you explain the Ralph thing?
There was a store that used to be about an hour and a half south of Steve, maybe 2 hours, that the owner got a Ralph, and he used to always do reels with it. And then one day as a prank, I got it, and I started to prank the other guy back, and then I just made it a thing. I basically stole it off somebody else.
Nice.
That's it. I just stole it off somebody else.
Sounds like a lot of people that make toys these days just steal stuff off people. Anyway,
Right.
so can we all agree? Does it seem like everyone is excited? Like it's 3
yeah.
weeks away.
Oh yeah.
3 weeks away. We will be there. Are you guys all coming on Thursday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then what time are you guys getting in? You guys usually
Hmm.
can usually get in late.
Not this time. It'd be a bit earlier this time.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
the first
Ken,
year we got there at 11 p.m. Remember?
Yeah.
on the Thursday, the first year we got there at 11 p.m. and then the year after was 10 p.m. That's when I met John for the first time. So,
Yeah, because I
yeah.
was already there.
Yeah.
The second, because the first year I didn't drive in till Friday because I stayed at Aaron the Toy Enhancer's house in Atlanta. So then we flew out there. I drove out there. John was already there.
Mhm.
So John gets in early, hangs out with Tony.
Yeah.
You may want to check and make sure Tony's going to be there early. And then when do you leave, Steve? Because you're driving.
I'm going to probably leave on Monday because I have to pick up my wife on Wednesday in Nashville. So, and then we drive through we're going to stay the night in Hickory, North Carolina, which is 1 hour away from where Ken lands in Charlotte. And then we drive down to Augusta. We should be there no later than 3 in the afternoon, possibly 2 in the afternoon, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I like.
So plenty of time to get the room. Go to Top Dog Comics.
Top Dog, yeah. Okay, cool.
That's what
We
Friday
haven't been
is.
there yet.
No, I've
Nice.
never been there.
That's what Friday's for if you're not setting up.
Oh,
okay.
You guys set up.
I don't know. What is it, like 2 hours maybe?
2 hours?
Yeah, it's not too bad, but I don't know. Like we've got quite a few guys too. It's just a matter of sort of orchestrating what we're looking for, because with six guys or so, it's just like you can get it done like that, right? But at the same time, it's like, whoa, that goes there, this goes here,
Yeah. last year, remember we were short some tables, and I had to go bug David T. Allen several times to get the table. Right.
Oh, okay. Attention, JoeFest.
That's why. That's Mr. The microphone guy, the MC.
Right.
Well, everyone knows David T. Allen. Everyone
Yeah.
knows David.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Like, yeah, you'll be walking around filming, and all of a sudden there'll be an announcement. You gotta stop filming.
Yep.
Then another announcement.
If
He's
you
not
watch my JoeFest walkthrough, I'm literally talking to Ed right at the beginning, and there went David, and you can see Ed's face kind of like. I was talking to Mikey and John Kukovic, and then I started talking to the guy right next to him. I don't know who it is. He's at the little booth there next to him, and I forget what we were talking about. But then all of a sudden, well, in the middle of our conversation, David came on, and this guy got physically mad about how loud he is, how he constantly comes on. And all I could think of was like, he's just doing his job. Like,
right.
It's not his fault. This is what they want him to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a little loud, but oh well, it's not changing anything. Now again, I have no idea who the guy was. I don't remember him. I don't even remember what we were talking about.
Yeah.
But like he physically got mad. I'm like, oh man, dude.
Yeah, simmer down. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. He's doing his job.
Yep. And we're all grateful for it. So
yeah, no one else is offering to do it.
No.
Yeah.
You know,
No, exactly.
He's
I'm
starting
on
his
my
own show in Florida, actually. So yeah, it's good for him.
Oh, nice.
You know, I'm on my association now, and 2 people quit. One person is old and decrepit. She doesn't show up. So there's 2 of us really doing anything. We have the annual meeting, and because we want to raise the association because we pay very little and it's not covering very much, we actually get people to show up. And there's all these people yelling at us saying that you guys weren't even elected, you were appointed, and they're yelling at us how everyone should be up. All the positions should be up for election. But no one is offering to do the damn job. And I'm thinking,
right.
Any of you want to sit up here and get yelled at? Because it's not great.
No.
You know, it's not fun. It's not what I'm looking forward to. But anyway, I just want to say thank you guys all. Tell everyone where they can find you guys so we can get this so people can find you and buy some of your toys that aren't going to JoeFest. Again, why aren't you going to JoeFest?
I was typing in the chat where they could find.
Oh, it's not.
Wait, right? It's not gonna pop up.
I think
Delta17toys.com.
I think you might be able to put it in on StreamYard.
I did that. That's what I did.
Okay, if you put it in the private chat, then I can highlight it. I think so. But quickly, Pop Blender has just donated 5 Punk
Welcome
memberships.
to the Creamery.
So you're gonna get that, and Crash, J Solo Arts, Jedi Dan, Misery, Toy Picks, and Mega Mac. I don't even think I've ever heard that name before.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I always laugh when and Pop, thank you very much. It is greatly appreciated.
Thanks, Pop.
It's always funny when, like, first off, if you see names of like no one that's even been in the chat, but then you're like, okay, well, maybe, maybe they're not chatting. It's even more funny when it's like, I've never even seen that name. Not commenting on one of my reviews, and maybe they just don't check out the live. It's like, and I've talked to people that have said, like, from other channels and stuff, they're like, oh yeah, I got gifted a channel membership from this channel, and I wasn't even watching it. I don't ever get that lucky, but I'm not watching the channel anyway, so what the hell do I care?
Nice.
So let's see. Did you throw it in there, Ken?
I
In the
tried.
private. What?
Oh, private chat. Sorry, private chat. Duh.
Private.
Prevalt for the fancy people.
Yeah. We have it blocked so we don't have people come in and start trying to promote their own stuff. Because
Mm.
you know how much I hate that. Like, it's like no one's come here to have you come promote your stuff. I don't know why people have a hard time with that. All right, so this is where you can
Right.
find it to buy some stuff, but it's a lot easier to get it at JoeFest. Unless you're flying home, then it's kind of a pain in the ass. But Wolverine says here, he says, "Love David, really good friend of mine. His show here in Central Florida was great back in April. Just like Punk said, he's just doing his job, and he does so much for the show. And again, it's sometimes at the most inopportune times, but that's their job. And all you have to, it's not like he goes on for 2 minutes.
No.
He announces what he needs to
Sometimes
announce.
it feels like it, though. Sometimes it feels like it. But yeah, it's often like a minute or less. But yes.
So Ken has a problem with it. You hear that, Wolverine?
Like that. I was
Wolverine,
baiting you.
let David T. Allen know that Ken has an issue, and then point at Wreck Ship and say, "That guy right there,
That's-
Ken."
Because next time I go to David and say, "We're short a table," he's gonna be like, "Back of the line." Will told me that Punk said. I'm like, "No, it's over there." I'm totally baiting you on that one.
John, where can they all find you at?
Oh, just Emerald_Night_photos on Instagram. That's my main deal. But also, I'm part of the Geeked Out Click. We have a live show every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central. So we just talk all things, just toys, photography, movies, what have you, just everything in geekdom. So yeah, and then luckily I've been able to collab with these guys. Ken's been posting the pictures out there and on Instagram and Facebook. So it seems like it's getting over pretty well. So that's always nice to see. But yeah, just catch my stuff on Instagram.
And I've said it before, like you kill it. Like you absolutely
amazing.
I mean, yeah, it's one thing for them to say it because you're doing their product, but even like the stuff that's not theirs. Do you guys know he does other stuff behind?
He's not allowed to. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think the best compliment I could ever
Not a lot
give
of
you.
other friends.
Yeah.
Oh,
the best
okay.
compliment I could ever give you is you make Super 7 Ultimates look good.
Thank you.
That is like, it's almost impossible because the articulation is so shitty. Even though my moderator Matthew had an argument with some guy who tried to tell Matthew that the Snake Eyes articulation on the Super 7 Ultimate is better than the classified Snake Eyes.
Oh boy.
And Matthew, as you might know, can kind of be like smarter than everyone. But he was like,
I would say that just to rile up Matthew, though. Like, you got to bear in mind that's how it is.
This guy went and blocked him after, but it was a factually incorrect statement.
Yeah,
you can't even argue that, right?
But that just sounds like fun if you're doing that to Matthew. I would do that and block him too, just so he wouldn't try to outsmart me. It made me look like a complete fool, but it might be worth. You know what? I can't see his reaction after, so it's not worth it.
Right.
Oh, he'll find you. He'll find you. Just won't be at JoeFest. I'll tell you that much. See that?
Yeah.
And I know Matthew remembers because we bring it up all the time. And I remember I'm like reading this guy's stuff, and this guy's arguing, and I'm like, it's not even an argument. Like, you can like that Super 7 Ultimate more. I mean, that's your prerogative, right? I can't tell you what you like better, but you factually cannot say it has better articulation.
Right.
They have O-rings that have better articulation than that. All right. The O-ring one, maybe even the straight arm has better articulation.
Oh, you're talking the vintage O-ring. You're not even talking about the ones that have the swivel wrists. Okay.
Yeah.
G.I.
Wow.
Joe didn't have swivel rings, swivel wrists.
That's what I mean. Like I thought you
Yeah.
meant like Indio, because that's the topic tonight. It's Indio ring, right?
Yeah.
So.
But anyway, you guys are giving me over 2.5 hours. I
Yes.
appreciate it.
No worries. We'll send you the invoice. It's all good.
No, I'm supposed to
You got
send
you got the numbers
Oh.
guy right here.
How-
I'll
wait,
get,
how do
I'll get a
how do
spreadsheet. It'll be in
Oh,
Canadian
yeah.
dollars.
Yeah, interviewers are supposed to pay the guests, which I
Yeah.
still never understood.
We'll charge you for emotional damages.
There you
Okay,
go.
no, that's possible. I could see how.
But I would back charge you retroactively as well. So
Well, we'll
Nice.
we'll have to charge you then when we have to take care of you when you are wasted at some point at JoeFest, if not multiple nights.
only Mega J can send me an invoice after that, after last year, but she won't be there this year, so I'll have to be responsible.
Right. You'll have to hold your own hair.
Ken ends on a funny that he's going to be responsible. That means John has to take care of him. John, I
Yeah.
went to John. He's like, son of a.
John, you're up.
I'm up.
It's your turn. Sorry, man.
Yep.
Ask Troy McKee when I fell on my back last year on the Friday night. That was
yeah.
a bit of a weird one.
And you just said Mega J's not going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mega J's not going.
But you're flying in still, right, Ken?
Yeah.
Right, Ken?
Unless you want me to walk, but yeah, I can fly in.
Oh, no, I didn't know if you were driving in or what you were doing, if you're going someone else. Maybe you're going to hang on to the top of Steve's minivan. That would be fucking hilarious.
Right.
As
I'm
I'm
not putting
filming
in-
live streaming.
Yeah.
I'm sure Steve will give you a rope to hold on to.
Oh, absolutely. A couple roller skates.
I'll bring my rollerblades and hang on to the license plate
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, exactly. Nice.
Like, hey, say
Don't
Steve, we
become
got a
like
tailgate.
Aunt
We want to
Edna's
drive
dog.
faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be Aunt Edna's dog.
Oh, yes. There you go.
Oh, that was good.
That was just brought up to me in another comment, and it made me go look up the dog's name, and I totally forget what it was because I was like, "Damn, I don't think I ever knew the dog's name." I'm sure
Scrappy?
Matthew will come in here.
Is it Dinky or something like that?
Yes, it was
Yeah.
Dinky,
Really?
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
because there was something like I'm like, I've never heard. It didn't even. It didn't even. It wasn't even like, oh yeah, that's right. Like it didn't even register. But now that you said it, yeah, it was like Dinky. But anyway, if I don't stop, I will never stop. And then you guys will be like, "Good fucking Lord, let's finish this up." So I am looking forward to once again getting to hang out with all three of you and Will, who was here earlier, the numerous people in the chat. I know you guys are. I know most people are really interested and they're excited to see me again, as I am kind of a big deal.
yes.
But hey, that's why I have this show.
You have the most subs of anyone on camera.
That's not, you really want to do this?
Yes. Yes, he does. Hey, Jetman.
What are you going to do when I surpass you? Anyway, everyone have a wonderful night. I will see you guys on Monday. I will see you guys all next Monday. Next Thursday, I will have Backyard Battlefield on, Krusty O'Crow, Pop Blender, and 3-Star Draw. And
Nice.
until Monday, and I see you guys all once again, I will leave you with this. Bret Hart tapped out.
Nice.